Live from the Figure Studios, it is Weekend Geek Updates. Murph here, and my table of menagerie maniacs abound. We got Wakeman on camera. We have PJ Pop Culture. And our special guest this week, the one, the only, the infamous James.
Thank you so much,
Where's the air horn music?
You know, you'd need, like, I'm going to get you, sucker, with your own theme music.
I've always wanted to be a wrestler. You know that's my dream.
I know that is your dream.
I want a wrestling intro for sure. Absolutely.
Can you smell what the James is cooking?
Yes. Yeah, real in the real world. Yeah, that's
I love that. Actually, that is how you should. That should be like your own procession. You know, your own, entourage,
Right.
if you will. As you go down to the stage, you have everybody.
Bro.
Oh yeah, it's all about
It's all about presentation.
Yeah, and my nerd crew that follows me.
Oh my God.
Please let me
You
join.
have.
Oh, shit.
I killed the stage. There we go. Sorry, I had to put this back together because we pulled it apart. I pulled it apart because we had something else go on, and then I put it back together. The room has been reworked like 3 times already today.
I love my angle. I see where I picked my seat.
Yes, you got this
beautiful
nice
picture
view.
of my favorite interstate in the whole United States of America, 225.
You are officially our second interview in the room.
Oh, I love it.
In the
new
studio.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Thank you much.
Thanks
I'm
for
blessed.
coming, man.
Yeah, thank you for
yeah.
My
coming.
hometown, dude. I'm proud to be here, man.
It's good to have a local, another local.
Another locals. And
What's
in
the-
fact,
yeah.
our one local, who was our sponsor, Susie Q's,
She hasn't even been here.
she hasn't even been here. And I know she's all like, when can I come?
Bro.
And I'm like, oh, Susie, you need to come.
Well, I'm blessed. Thank you guys.
Well,
Thank you for coming.
Susie will be at the All Seas Fan Expo, actually.
Yeah.
Yes.
Parking up on PJ's other half of the table. Of course, Red will be on my half of the table with announcements for stuff that's coming up. But we will get to the All Seas Fan Expo momentarily. In the meantime, James and I have this very long history together, even though our paths have crossed. We've never been this close.
Right, correct, right. But we've both known each other in the industry for a long time.
For quite a long time. Because James started his shop same time as I started my shop back in 1991, when everything just started coming. You couldn't swing a dead cat by the tail without hitting a comic book shop. Because let's see, we had Infinity, we had who was that bastard that was over off of
Dead
Chambers
bastard.
and Iliff?
You're gonna kill me, aren't you?
Jose was over
burning
there.
bridges.
He's talking about
Jesus.
Jesus.
Yes, I remember
He's
Jesus.
gonna get me on this.
I am.
I'm an honest motherfucker, so I will tell you the correct. I told you I'm like Anchorman. I will say whatever.
Exactly.
Why?
That's what
Let's
I will
go.
do.
Fuck you, San Diego.
So James and I's history runs deep in the collection, in the industry, in this world that we call pop culture now.
And coming up in Denver, Colorado, in the comic game, we have it's uniquely different here than it is probably anywhere else in the country.
Mm-hmm.
We have a very, very aggressive market, very aggressive store owners, stoners,
Stoners.
Very aggressive stoners.
both. Yeah, it's
This
Colorado.
is Colorado.
But our history of comic shops go back, to the William Gaines collection and all kinds of greatness history we can get into. But
IRS. I
don't wanna take you
remember.
off
I
where
remember
you're going.
bidding that
Bro, no.
contest.
Right.
So the collection. Here's the story: a guy who's dodging the IRS invests all this money that he's skimming into comic books. And I don't want to name the collector, but he runs the IRS collection, RTS. And
where's Red at? Where's
we'll
Red
just
here?
we'll just throw that out there.
Where's Red? You should have had her on for this.
You know what? I'm sure sooner or later he will be on the show because his collection actually has grown.
He's a great comic grader.
He is
too.
a great comic grader. In fact, that's really hard to come by, especially when you're dealing with slab books. I've had multiple people recently reach out to me like, should I get things slab? Should I not? And we'll cover that. But
We should fucking
With
dive
Del
into
4
that,
colors,
bro.
though, specifically with this
Yeah.
IRS collection. Del 4 colors, classic illustrated. One of the most pain in the ass comic books to collect.
Yes.
We go by volume, so Walt Disney Comics, it's a pain in the ass. You have to go by volume number, then issue number.
Like volume 1, volume 2, volume
Right.
Yeah.
So then there's
Yeah,
multiple
yeah,
issue
yeah.
numbers with holiday editions, and Dell really never bought on the whole
Yeah, yeah.
standardized comic book
Sequence.
numbering.
That's why I
running-
could never get on the Dell bus.
It
'cause
was-
I didn't know what the hell I was doing.
It was
Yeah, can you
hard.
figure out what issue number
Yeah,
you're looking
like
at,
what
Pat?
the hell is this?
Yeah,
Like,
it's just a Mickey Mouse.
It is not canon. I have no idea.
I don't know why people buy that shit. Honestly,
Fair enough.
I was never a classic illustrated
Yeah.
fan. Never.
Only to cheat on the Three Musketeers book report test. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? That's it.
that's what the Cliff Notes
Yeah,
are for.
I know. Cliff Notes took out.
So the bidding war erupts, and RTS ends up winning. Of course, Chuck Rosansky.
Gary Farnsworth was there.
Gary was in there. We were in
Joe
there.
Cameron,
you were
another
in
great
there.
Denver icon. Joe Cameron.
Joe Cameron. I forgot about Joe.
Wow.
God,
Wayne?
it's-
Name
Wayne
drop.
was in there.
This
Wayne was in there.
motherfucker.
So was Mark.
I love Joe Cameron. Props to Joe Cameron.
Joe
One of the
Cameron-
biggest influences in my life
Yeah.
in the collectible world.
Joe's a peach of a guy.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, I wish I could have more conversations with Joe.
Yeah, yeah. I still talk to him every so often.
Do you?
He's in Henderson, Nevada.
That's where he
Calls me
landed.
like once a year.
Nice.
Yeah.
Joe,
Joe.
we miss you.
Joe. Eat it, Joe.
Such a pillar of the collection
Was he
community.
have a
I love this
restaurant
guy,
too?
dude. So like in '86, he in Arvada, he opened a indoor flea market, but it was collectibles only.
Yep.
In 1986. So it was an indoor flea market, and all that you could have set up with was collectibles.
My jam. That
was-
sounds
and it
was
like
great.
PJ pop culture heaven. Joe,
It was cool.
come on the show, Joe. And I was I
Joe-
was making a Looney Tunes reference with Eat It, Joe.
Joe's got to be up there though now,
Yeah,
because he
is.
was older then.
right. And that's props to the shop, Colorado Coin Bar on 66th and Wadsworth.
Yep.
So it's sadly
Joe's
going
got
out
a big old mustache.
No, that's
No,
Bruce.
that's Bruce.
Oh,
That's
right,
Bruce.
Bruce.
That's all Bruce.
We know Bruce. Okay, moving on back to Joe.
We know
yeah,
Bruce.
Joe's a good guy.
Joe.
Joe's
So
a
he
good guy.
sold to Bruce. Bruce currently going out of business.
Got it.
Yeah. So Joe is a pillar. He's a really solid guy. Knows a lot about his business. Mark, who ran Fantasy Works in Buckingham Plaza,
Yep.
he was there. And this was like a big thing. We got national recognition. We were totally in the news.
Well, because it was so weird that a guy diverted funds from the IRS, didn't get caught,
Yep.
and bought comic books with it.
Bro,
it's
it's
a
some-
great money laundering.
Yeah, yeah.
Huge.
That's like he's the. Oh my God, I'm fucking modeloing out right now.
Wow, look at you.
He's like
Um,
El Chapo, dude. With
El
El
Chapo?
Who's the big gangster who got busted for by
Al Capone?
Al Capone. He's the Al Capone of geeks. I'm so sorry.
It's like Walter White, bro. When you
It is Walter
hate
White.
when you
myself
become so
much.
much, you make so much money, money becomes a burden.
Yeah.
That's
You don't know.
crazy.
yeah.
You don't know how to filter it
Wow.
at that point.
Isn't that would be shit
weird.
life?
So
We
this
have
is
no
the
idea what
environment
it's like.
James and I come into in '91. This is the
Back to
setting
reality,
Right.
that we come into in '91 for collecting. And
Right.
there are so many stores, and we have speculators at their peak. Lowry Air Force Base hadn't closed yet,
Right.
which I know hit both of us. Because there was a ton of Air Force guys that were constantly coming into
Yes.
the shop,
So between
buying
Buckley,
stuff.
it's Buckley still being here, Buckley Air Force Base, but it's not.
It's true. I totally forgot about Lowry.
Lowry was
Lowry's
a
awesome.
huge player.
Yeah.
So we had all of those collectors that would come in and do all of that. We had everything else. I mean, speculators. I had guys coming in. I had one guy who was a United guy. He was a rampy. And his plan was to buy all of these expensive books and end up, this was his retirement fund.
Yeah.
I mean, and he was
I'm
buying
dealing with all these guys now. by the way.
ridiculous. Yeah.
Still.
All these
Shout out.
years later, 20 years later. No, wait. 30 years later.
Let's not name numbers.
Wow.
Guys. We're all young gentlemen.
Yes, we are.
And we can get into that. Well, so current spike. So what Smurf's talking about now, and we can talk about this later on, why we see this current spike that we're all intrigued in, Pat, that we and you talk about all the time.
Yeah.
With the things he's talking about now are so much relative to what we see today. But go
Yes.
ahead.
It is actually set the stage because we
Right.
are honestly repeating history.
Right.
'Cause this is a path that him and I have been down twice now.
It's
From
true.
these books that continue, like, so Death of Superman, I sold a 9.6 today on eBay. I got $80 for that book.
Bro, I
Death of
remember when
Superman.
you were given that. You could give that book away back
You know
in
what's
the
the
day,
coolest
right?
thing about that book? I got the day off from school. I was 13 years old, and I was in Morachek Middle School, Aurora, Colorado, representing
Yeah.
again.
Bah.
Morachek. And he let me stay home that day because I had to go help work the shop and bag comic books. There was a line all the way down from, at our old store, it was down Chambers Road. You'd have to know the neighborhood so I could describe it, but it was crazy, dude.
Shit's changed a lot.
And that was in, what was your Death of Superman? 91?
91.
91.
I was there. I was there in the shop. I remember because we had a line down the. You remember Bill and Eve's?
Yeah, Bill and Eve. I was gonna say another one, Apollo Comics. Prop to Bill and Eve.
I bought
another. I know Bill very good. He's passed away. God rest his soul.
He was a cantankerous bastard.
Yeah, I love that guy.
He's
my brother and
Very
my
good
James.
Oh,
my brother
they went
James
at
and
it.
Jason could tell you stories about.
Oh
those
yeah, I could tell you stories about Bill. Eve, his wife was a peach.
Oh, yeah.
She was this British. She was this British proper woman.
Oh, yeah.
His son, on the other hand,
He's a loose cannon.
Not so much a peach.
He sold me a bunch
More
of
of a
gold
potato.
about 5 years ago. So my dad.
he's still around.
Well, his son is.
I figured his son would
my
have been
dad's
like.
done coins before I was born.
Right.
So, and I was born in 1976 in an antique store in a coin shop my parents ran in Omaha, Nebraska. We moved out here a year later, in 1977. He's been doing coins. He's known Bill and Eve through the antique game.
Yeah,
And
because
coin
that
game,
was Eve's thing.
And same with Joe Cameron. So they've known them since before I was born. So
Right.
that's how it was cool. It's a different level. He was just fuck with Jason and I, but he is Bill was a great
Wow.
old
There's
bastard.
so much.
There's a lot of
Bargain
history.
history. Yes,
you have
it's
no
so
idea the
cool.
wars that have been waged.
You motherfuckers make me
behind
feel
us.
like a third wheel. I'm just gonna point this shit out.
Collecting so much comes from these old cantankerous fucks from
Right.
and their parents came up in the Depression, right? So collecting really comes from that Depression era where you held on to everything.
Dude, we were literally talking about this the other day, right? We were talking about advertising, and you were like, bro, like the people who come in here, the people who are getting rid of us. And I was like, well, what about the people buying? And he's like, fuck that.
They don't want to sell to me. I mean,
Right.
usually, typically, they think they're too savvy. They'd rather go do the eBay route until they get burned two times. Then they come
burn
back
is
to
the
me.
fucking-
A couple of
yeah.
times.
Yeah.
Right.
It's funny that you guys have all mentioned this too, is that when I was younger, I didn't own a store or anything like that, of course, but
All right.
Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, and I was infamous in my middle school because I sold to my 6th grade teacher, Ms. Rogers, and she'd buy them for her son.
Damn.
You're selling to the teacher.
You're
dog?
dealing to the teacher.
Damn. That's a hard
Look at
pull.
Wakeman over there. That's
Fire. That's fire.
That's a good one.
That is a worker over there.
Wakeman slanging Pokemon.
Were you banging this teacher also in the 3rd grade?
Don't say nothing. No, sir.
No, she was a sweetheart.
Well, and see,
She's a real peach. That one.
that's what's funny. Pokemon
I mean,
is
you're
like
almost going down the Golden Road. You're almost there.
It's like
you're getting,
2 stops.
You're right there.
you're getting A's in everything.
right.
Saying.
Love it.
And it's
Love
funny
it.
that you mentioned that because Pokemon's the second spike.
Bro, that's
Because you get 91,
fire.
and then we ride for
Well,
about
Magic as well.
95.
Magic.
Yeah, but Magic's in
MTG.
that first ride.
Yeah, Magic's is so established.
Because you got alphas, you got betas, you got all that stuff that
I
kind of
could tell you
came.
about Magic Guy, but yeah, it's a
Yeah,
whole,
I mean that came in like the mid 90s because I still had my shop.
That was like 94.
I would say
Yeah.
outside of comic collectors, Magic collectors, well, they're both about kind of the same in mentality that they truly collect them because they do it for the passion of what
Yes.
they do. So comic readers and Magic players, card game, they do it because they love that card
They
game.
like
They
to
do.
play
And then the
Magic.
value just is like secondary, right?
Exactly. That's where collector value comes from.
Right,
Right.
and that's what I love, dude.
That's
That's-
why any of this exists. Is
Right.
because like guys like me want to go pay. I just paid $50 for a Silverhawks.
Hey, I just introduced
Thanks.
you
But-
to
I don't know.
that Max like action figure
Yo,
that I pulled
yo,
out.
Max. Remember McFarlane's Max?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
with
brought
the,
one into him to show him.
Oh yeah.
Because the
From
card
Amazon.
the
Yeah.
cards
I
come
What,
shit
shot
on
what,
it.
up.
you got the the white is, or the black is?
the
in it?
double.
I've got 2 of each.
The
So it's a
four-pack.
Do you have a
rare.
bag of is from the collector?
No, they
Oh,
never shipped that.
serious?
See, we were talking about. I even told them. I schooled them on
Shitting
that.
our pants on that.
I know. I told them. I was like, I sent away for my bag of Iz's, never got them.
So this time period, right? So
Yep.
this is the time where we were talking about people love. They're getting gains now, dude, from
Yeah.
this, right?
Yeah, right.
All this stuff we thought was
because we
crap.
were like,
Mass
I love
produced.
it. I love it. I love
Other
it.
than the Magic and the Pokemon, but the sports cards.
Magic was lean. Sports cards completely fell apart
Yeah.
because everything was overproduced. We
Coins
lost
were
tops.
Proof sets, coins the same way from
Yeah.
91 through about like 99 until they started making state quarters.
Yep.
Aren't worth a shit. So coins had to reinvent themselves. So that's why they made the state quarter.
Right.
And everybody through the 90s. The 90s were like the time of
Rebirth.
Rome. Right. It's like-
Saturation.
right. Dionysus was around. I mean, like, really, I mean, people were making,
Dionysus?
people were shitting money because of comic books and cards, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really. And, you know,
I
it
feel
was
like
like, oh, I want to
that's-
open a card store. And they
Yeah.
thought it was
No, you
easy.
don't.
I feel like that's coming back.
It is coming.
Well,
like
and
that?
it is coming back
In
again with a
waves.
vengeance because we ride this out for the 90s, 2000s hit, and everything just kind of
Right.
falls apart. Marvel goes direct. which was a huge thorn in everybody's side.
I mean, I like
I
it
saw-
in theory because of Diamond. Old
yeah.
Diamond.
No.
Oh,
Diamond.
Oh, Diamond.
We've talked in length on that one.
Okay, yeah. Don't get me started on that.
Yeah, we won't go
That's
down
a whole
that.
nother
We won't go
podcast.
down that
That's a
rabbit
whole
hole.
other podcast.
So we get
Marvel
that.
Direct was innovative in a way.
It was.
It's when the internet really started. They put on online ordering first before Diamond. Chris still does the order for him. If you ever see him, we get the book out.
You still do the
He's
manual
wow.
order form?
Well, he translates that to the internet.
Old
Jesus
beard,
Christ.
old bastard.
But I want
love
it's a
that
good double
man.
checking. So I
It
like
is a good double checking.
I like it.
I would still do it too. I got to write
It's a good
shit
double
down.
checker,
Yeah,
right?
you got to write.
Double
Well,
check.
and it
Double
is,
check that
it is
shit.
nice
Yeah.
when
Good
you do
job,
your
Chris.
special orders.
Much love to the beard.
Much
Love
love
you,
to the
beard.
beard. And you know what? I can still do an order form out of Diamond.
Yeah.
I remember the codes.
exactly
I remember
the same.
it-
Really?
Yeah.
It's
Oh yeah, I can
wow.
still do it.
Bro, I'm
Even
gonna.
when I look at the order forms when everything's coming in, I know how everything works.
I
Well, the
love
toys,
you.
you
I
guys
love
should get a
you.
previews.
Yeah.
But that
Hey.
makes you like a bit of a store robot. Like you are
Hey,
forever
that's
a
back
manager.
to when everybody could do it. Do this and open a comic store. I know a couple comic shops who have a
That's
have
true.
a podcast about reading the previews.
It's kind of like being able to write original
What the hell is
code.
that all about? that sounds like I'd rather watch paint dry,
Yeah.
dude. You're gonna read me the previews? Listen, you can buy the previews at the shop. It's $3.99.
Come and buy
You got
it.
any questions? Come on.
If
I'm
you
happy
have
to
a
sell
whole
you anything.
slot,
Read me
it's
the
free.
I'll give you 20% off cover
Yeah,
price.
Here
That's
you
it.
go. Take it. I don't want to
I
collect
didn't
dust.
mean to. I didn't mean.
It's stoking my
I didn't
fire.
mean
That was a
Nice,
little shot
anyways.
for you, Smurf. How about that?
I love that.
I didn't mean
Shots
it.
fired.
I'm sorry.
So fucking hilarious. But yeah, I mean, I can dissect the previews code. Yeah, I can look at it. I could take over.
So
a
you don't need to
shop.
watch a podcast about
No,
it.
I don't need to watch a podcast about it.
All right.
I could actually
D
come
one
in and
three
do-
three four one seven eight nine.
That,
It's like
doesn't mean
binary.
any- Yeah,
I'm
that
sorry.
doesn't-
That was medical code.
that was medical code. Yeah.
Bill that motherfucker.
Dick.
That's a broken elbow.
But I mean, it's the same thing. So the shops kind of like absorb, and then we get into the
Well,
the
so
Pokemon.
and also we're in a business in comic books that
Yes.
we order and we have no returns, right?
None.
Zero
Yes.
returns. So we
No.
eat everything we don't sell off the shelf.
That's
right?
correct.
A lot of people don't know that.
So
No.
Before, as to this turning point of Marvel going direct, going bankrupt, Marvel Studios sells to Sony,
Biz.
or into
It was Toy Biz.
It's Toy Biz, and then the Sony the movie rights,
Yep.
right? To bail
The
out.
movies, yeah.
And they go back to Diamond and distribute comic books. Then they say, hey, we're only going to make to order from this point on. So 99 and 2000, am I right? On the year?
Is that
My
to
years run together. I'm
to
old.
date? It's still like that?
Yes.
No. Well,
Pretty much. So
kind of.
I have no reorder anymore. So
No.
remember when Diamond distributed, we had our own distributor center here.
yes.
Downtown
It
Comic
was
City.
over off of Smith Road in Quebec.
They'd have fall flings and summer sales. So
Mm-hmm.
in the fall, they'd have a fall fling, and you'd go in there, and I'm like 15 years old. My brother's like 19, 20, and it's just me, my brother, and my dad. And I got Mile High over here, and with like 20 people. William Murakami.
Chuck,
buying
William
shit.
Chuck
Murakami.
came in with his fucking fleet of people.
William Murakami, one of the best comic minds,
Yes.
geniuses, back to Colorado, great collector.
Yep.
William Murakami ran Mile High.
William
For a long
William
time.
was
Wow.
was a cornerstone.
So you
for
guys
Mile
go
High.
into this massive warehouse
And
of
it's
books.
a sale for dealers only.
Yep.
And my dad's like, go get as much as you
Get
can, boys.
all this shit
load
you
up.
can.
So and they sell it to you by the pound.
Wow.
We killed it, dude. So I mean, we would kill it because I was fat. and I
Fucking
didn't- me and my brother didn't
heydays
give a
of
shit.
collectors. Oh
Yeah, it
my
was
God.
awesome.
Well, and in DC would have like their retailer summit. I mean, I still have like a 0-hour clock that
Right.
I was thinking about putting. I think you have it in the shop behind Beard.
Yeah, I did,
Actually, you do.
I did have one. I had a poster come in too, which is pretty cool. That stuff's all collectible now.
It
dude.
is.
People buy that
I
stuff.
honestly
all
think I
of
was going
it.
to put it right
all
there.
of it.
All the old promotion.
Yeah.
It's like beer promotional stuff or whatever.
Yes.
I'll buy that shit too.
Pat's in. I love Pat. Pat's one of my best customers. Love
Yes.
that guy. Pat's a hard sale, man.
Fits so much.
Bad. I'm gonna.
But I'll be like,
I'm
Being
gonna
is a double.
unearth some stuff for you. I swear to God. Wait till you see what I bring to the show. You're just gonna be.
you
pissed.
show me that fucking, pardon my French, sorry.
You're fine.
That Iceman.
Yes.
I'd never seen the color change Iceman.
Oh, the Toy
I'd
Biz.
never seen one in
Yeah.
my
I
life. And
brought
I
one
was
just
like,
to show it to
he
him.
showed me and I was
Show him the
all,
blue one or the fucking rare one?
the
rare
color
one. The
change
rare
one.
one?
Yeah.
Oh.
I got one open.
Yeah.
I got a couple on the cards.
You got the
Yeah.
Invisible Girl?
Yes.
Dude, I shit my
Both
pants.
those figures are two action figure lore. We skipped over action figures.
Yeah,
the
we
other
didn't
night.
even get into action
We'll
figures.
get
That'll
there.
be another one. We
I'm
can-
telling you though, he
Dude,
showed me that figure. I shit my pants. I haven't washed those pants yet because they're magical pants.
So I was like, hold on. Let me. I didn't even know if he still worked.
Again, I love
He's
you,
been
dude.
on a shelf for 30 years.
Yeah.
So I'm like, let me go. I go into the Taste Buds kitchen and I put him in the freezer. So we do the podcast, and I come back out. Hey, look, he still works. And like parts of him are still blue and everything.
Right. That's
he still works.
well, that toxin, whenever they put in that shit in
Yeah.
China, it still works.
I took a lick
Probably
just to
started
see what it would
COVID-19,
do.
but, you know.
You know, like those poison dart frogs.
Later, his balls turn blue. He's all like, I don't know what
I
happened.
got sick as
Those
fuck.
pants you shit are going to be like a science experiment soon. Your wife, FBI's going to be knocking on your door. Yeah, we're going to need those pants, Pat.
Yeah, we need those back.
Ooh,
Yeah, we need
that's
this back.
mold, bro.
They started making. They quit making extra comics.
Right,
They're
yeah.
losing their ass making all these extra comic books, right? So we're buying them by the pound and shit.
Yeah,
Cut it
Just
off.
you getting it.
Cut it off.
just cut it off.
So from then on, you see all these rare books. So, you know, first appearance of Jessica Jones, Alias #1.
Yeah.
It's $100. I mean, it's hard to find.
It's
a Marvel Max
funny
book.
though. Like 10
There
years
is
ago,
no-
these books, you're like, who gives a fucking
Right. So
shit?
these modern keys have really, you know, Moon Knights, all this stuff that was modern keys. Miles Morales, you know, Ultimate Fallout.
Yeah, that no one was reading Ultimates.
Everybody was
Right,
sleeping
it was
on
horrible.
Ultimates.
Yeah.
Well, because Ultimate 1, remember they brutally ended by Galactus eating the universe?
Yeah.
Galactus 1, it was cool.
Galactus won. He came in and he did what he should have done.
Yes.
Ate the whole fucking plate.
I'm
it
a
was
fan
done.
of it.
Yes.
I'm a fan
Yeah.
of it, but I'm a cynical asshole. Not
Yeah.
everyone's like me. You know what I mean? They got to keep writing comics. They just totally
Tastes
ruined
like
it.
chicken, except for that Rocky motherfucker.
Right. Probably not a great business idea to kill your whole universe off. So they came out with Ultimates 2 or whatever.
Yeah.
And Ultimates 2 was part of
Yeah, it is
is
good.
Miles Morales in that one? Ultimates?
Yeah.
That was 3.
Is he 3?
Was it 3?
After
See,
3.
I don't even know. 'cause I
When
was
did
so-
Ultimate Spider-Man get introduced?
Ultimate Spider-Man got introduced in
It's Ultimate Fallout.
It's Ultimate Fallout, but the original Ultimate Spider-Man with Bagley got
Oh, yes,
introduced
correct.
in 2000.
I'm
So
going to
they-
guess.
yeah,
It's this
it's
time
about
period. We're
2000.
just,
It would have
it's
been
a
like
transition time.
Ultimate 2-3.
Well, and the funny thing about Ultimate Spider-Man, it was completely underproduced. And it snuck in because nobody had no idea what the fuck was going on with Ultimates. We just got out of Heroes Reborn,
Everybody
which Marvel's
was
doing
shitting
again.
on it because of Green Goblin, because they didn't like the Green Goblin was
well,
like.
then we didn't even have the Green Goblin yet.
No,
the big
remember
monster,
it was
but
like
yes.
episode or not episode.
Yeah.
issue 7.
Issue 2020. 21, 22 is when they introduced the Goblin.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I
it was
think
that big
that's
monster.
Venom.
One. Also, what happened
Yeah.
in Ultimates, Hulk was like a crazy monster.
Hulk was eating people.
Yeah, sorry.
Raping, wasn't he raping?
Sorry.
He was raping and eating
Yeah,
people.
I didn't mean to miss that. I was thinking Ultimate Spider-Man.
No, you're good.
It's very
this is my
convoluted.
last show. I'm gonna miss you.
Oh my God! Shut up.
It's very
This is not
convoluted.
his last show.
It's very hard to remember because it's cloudy to me.
It's been a
Yeah.
lot of
But so I
Ultimates.
think we're going to go to a different comic age. We should be, you know, we should be post-modern now.
We should be
Mm-hmm.
postmodern.
Because these are modern age books we're talking about that are actually big keys now.
Huge
Young
keys.
Avengers #1.
Which I will have at the show.
Nice.
I'm bringing my variant from.
You got that Johnny Walker? That's a Copper Age book. But
That's a Copper
all those
Age.
Captain America
Yeah,
books that are
get those.
garbage for years, dude. These Captain
they were
America-
just
Pat was all
bootlickers.
over that. Hey, you got
Treasures
me on
to
that
me.
one. Burn me on that one, Pat.
What do you mean?
Yeah, you got Captain America. You got Baron Zemo out of the back issues.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, good call. He didn't really burn me. It was good.
I-
Being
it
a
was
smart
10
collector,
bucks.
he's
10
just a
bucks.
step ahead.
Well, and I was.
He didn't burn me. I'm sorry to say.
To be
burn
fair,
me.
I
I
was
burned 'em.
hitting your back
Yeah,
issues.
burned.
I was looking for a couple of Hulk issues. I was looking because there's one with
Oh, you got to beat Mike Murray out there. You got to beat
oh,
Patrick. You gotta
Murray.
beat Keith.
You gotta be. There's a lot of.
There's a
lot of-
lot of hunters in this town.
When I don't see a guy I see once a month, you know what I mean? Like,
Like,
Well,
what are
and
you
I was-
doing here?
And I was looking for the Thor. I told you the Thor with the first appearance of High Evolutionary,
Yeah.
which is like popped up on my radar ages ago, and I keep telling you, this is
Yeah.
the book. This is the book, and I can't fucking find the book, and I don't have it. Oddly
which is
enough.
like the Eternal stuff. Everyone was waiting, sleeping on that.
Oh fucking hell! That is
Why we
such a
sleeping on that?
worthless title.
Remember when I bought that book?
It's such a worthless title.
Squadron Supreme.
Yeah, and that issue landed this week, and I'm just like, seriously, this is Heroes Reborn? You
I know,
fucking
dude.
kidding me?
Why?
Have you read that new Heroes Reborn?
Yeah,
Like, did Doctor Doom turn into Juggernaut?
I don't know what the fuck.
That
they're
fucking
doing.
costume's horrible.
Juggernaut.
Yeah.
Juggernaut
Oh, wait,
is
no, it's
exactly
already-
right. No,
it's
it
already
is already
Juggernaut.
Juggernaut.
I suck.
God. That was the history of comics summed up in the last 30
There
years.
you go.
And there you go.
And
And
now
that
we're
brings
here.
us up to date.
Juxtaposition would be Jugger Yep.
Jugger,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, I like
It's definitely
that.
not a Jugger yet.
Because Heroes Reborn worked so well the first time in the 90s.
Yeah, after Marvel collapsed, Heroes Reborn happens because they're all sucked into this pocket dimension that Franklin Richards creates,
Dick.
all in a little ball that he's wondering.
Oh, shit.
He goes down to the beach with.
Look at my
and Liefeld did the art.
I'm going to take my ball and go home.
Look at this big.
Screw you guys, I'm going home.
Well, didn't Scarlet Witch fix all that shit with House of M? Is that what happened?
No, House of M wiped out all the mutants, and that's later.
And
That's another event.
Then
Well, that was fixing of Age of Apocalypse, right? Where Wolverine turned into a dog and shit.
Kind
God.
of. Age of Apocalypse, I actually like.
It was
You
good
got-
other
That was
than
a good
Wolverine.
story. Yeah, Wolverine was
like
lame.
de-evolved. Remember they
Wolverine.
Magneto ripped the anti-anthem out of him.
Yeah, when Magneto ass raped him.
He did. Which would really happen?
X-Men
reality. That's the
Fuck
reality
yeah.
of
I
that
mean, really,
shit.
Magneto would kill
Let's talk
everybody.
about it.
X-Men 25 on the cover. It's got the little holofoil. And you can find all of them. There's like 5 of different issues. But that's the one where Magneto, you just see Wolverine just all contorted and Magneto's just like,
Right?
Now listen,
Exactly.
we all have gold, silver, minerals in us, all kinds of iron.
True.
Dead.
And other
Yeah,
trace
trace
elements.
elements.
Dead. All at once. Magneto could just be like, boom, done.
he did his own version of Scorpion.
Yeah.
Get over here!
Yeah, just everybody on the world at once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more like Full Metal Alchemist, where he's like, this thing of blood, this many ounces.
Oh.
Alchemy. Now,
Full Metal
now we're
Alchemist.
3 dreams
Wow.
Well, if Trish was here, she'd be all
I'm-
over that. My wife, Trish, much love, Trish, running the new store, but
We'll get to
I
that.
couldn't make it. Yeah,
I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, wait.
she should have made it.
She should have made it.
Right.
Trish,
Good-
goddammit.
Good
Right.
segue.
That's a good segue.
Can we?
So-
can we talk about that?
Well, no, I no, keep going through
Remove it?
history.
Yes. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, because we're getting.
Sorry.
I like what we're doing. I like it. I like the path we're going. I'm on that golden brick road. with
Segue.
you.
I'm sorry. I'm doing.
So you
I'll
have,
be your tin man. No
Thank you,
problem.
appreciate that.
No problem.
You're way better at this.
because you have
than
your
me.
one shop, and then you move to the new shop, which is right there in Abilene and Mississippi.
Yes, sir.
And
So the
I always
old
go
one
there
we
a
moved
lot.
to when I was 18.
Yeah.
And then we moved to the new one 16 years ago now it's been.
Wow.
So we've been in the current spot the longest of all of them,
Yes.
which is nuts to me. That's
Because
kinda
that
crazy to me.
shop on Abilene, right there, where it's like a
It's a Verizon.
Yeah, it's a Verizon store.
They that's how corporate the world's gone, right? So we literally got moved out of that spot because it's Mississippi and Abilene, corner, nice spot. Oh man, and let's get into this. We're getting a new store. How these, it's easy money for them. They want Chipotle's, they want Starbucks, they want Verizon,
acres.
they want T-Mobile's.
So those leasing people are like, look, like,
Yeah.
your signs.
Do you have a $4 million in assets, liquid in your bank account?
Yeah.
That's what they need from like when you open up a franchise. That should not be when you're opening up a new business.
Nobody
Good
knows
point,
what an
good
S-Corp
point.
is anymore either.
No,
Like,
that's out the window.
Lenders don't care about an S-Corp.
So you have a nice little shop there, and you're there for a while. Your mom and your papa are running the shop. You and your brother are there, and you're in and you're out. You got life in progress.
Right, yeah. So, I mean, we moved there. I was 18. I was in a band for a while, a couple years. I thought that was more important.
Band life is important.
Yeah, it was cool from like 19 to 21. SKS was Super Kill System. We were a hardcore metal band. It was pretty fun.
Dig it.
Did you
Yeah.
play? Did you play Herman's?
Yeah, I played Herman.
Shut
Isle of
your
Park Saloon,
dirty
of course.
mouth.
Isle of Park Saloon was like one of my
Isle
dreams
of Park
come true.
Saloon. Yes.
That was cool for
Look
me.
up
so-
SKS.
right next to that. There's that convenience store.
Yeah,
The Western.
Yeah. Oh, that's pictures, bro. That's pictures.
Oh, pictures.
Never played
That's right.
pictures. I wanted
Now you don't
to.
want to play pictures.
I would. Why not?
Isle of Park Saloon was a great.
That was a hair metal band, but we were like, angsty, hardcore. Started that.
So
new
you're like
metal
everyone
genre.
else out of the '90s.
Yeah, exactly.
Rebels.
Give me that chainsaw, Fred Durst. You know what I mean? We're just getting your ass wrong. Yeah, exactly.
But no, Isle
So
of Park,
angry, so mad.
Yeah, so much history in Colorado. If you've never went to the Isle of Park Saloon,
Oh,
you
yeah.
are missing out.
Right by the street from. Hey,
It is
First
literally
All Seas,
down the
Elephant
street
Chambers
from here.
is right across the street. You know?
Bro.
It was great.
Take me back. Sorry.
Elephant Chambers.
We'll
was
karaoke
hopping.
later at Legends.
Oh, yeah, we'll
I'll
do
give
that.
you a shot.
Elephant Chambers was hopping back.
It
then.
was.
I believe
30
it.
years ago.
It was.
I believe it.
It was the satellites. It was the
still
birds.
is,
That's where you
guys.
go.
Let's not lie.
It's not.
Nah, really.
Come on.
I
Don't
go to
tell
that
me.
Chipotle for lunch over there. One of the last Village Inn is over there.
Yes, the Village Idiot's gone away.
Yeah, if you like a Village Inn, go to Elephant Chambers. Rare.
Oh, that's the pie one.
Yes, it is
Pie
the Pie
Tuesday?
Wednesday.
Pie Wednesday. Is it Tuesday, Wednesday?
I don't know.
All
Every day is pie.
Every
day.
day is Pie Day. So you run the shop there for a while. You switch over to the new shop where you're currently residing.
Yes, sir.
And needless to say, it has been a roller coaster. And within the last 5 years, I will say easily, 5 years, it has been an amazing uptick in collections. Like you say, the new keys have suddenly caught fire.
Right.
Because the
So we
stuff
have-
that you and I wouldn't even care about.
Right.
Like
Fortnite?
We'll start there.
a good one.
Because the Batman Fortnite #1 was like on fire for some.
I don't think it really. I
fucking
mean,
reason.
but we're selling them on eBay, dude. Realistically, they're like $15.
But
shouldn't
The
still,
only reason I
that
pull,
much.
the only reason I pull some and put them on eBay is because I don't want like the scalper guy coming in. Oh, you got a Fortnite Batman? No,
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
Sold out.
Yeah,
Sorry.
because he's coming in and he's gonna swipe it and you might as well make the money instead of him.
Right.
but still,
I'm totally
$15
that. $15
for a
If a little-
comic.
If a little
For a
kid's
comic.
like, hey, you got that Batman Fortnite?
Well, hey.
Number
well,
2
it's all
just hit
seasons.
last
It's
week.
family.
I think we're in the 2000 of comic
We're in
books.
the
And
2000.
sports cards. So also at this point, sports cards totally oversaturated.
Everything.
Went through the baseball strike.
Yep.
Another basketball strike. A hockey strike.
Yeah.
Fans
Oh,
fed up.
I
And fans
forgot
aren't fed
about
up
the
with
strike.
the hobby. They're more fed up with the players in there with the hobby.
That's
And they're
what's
kind of that way
happening
now.
Yeah,
That's what's
So they
happening
still-
now,
that-
yeah.
That's why they're coming back, because they do love the hobby. They like to collect, and I think people in general love to have collectibles and assets in their hands, especially in this world we're living after post-COVID and in going into COVID. But I don't want to jump ahead too far.
No, and you're right because we've got issues that, let's face it, dollar bin, quarter bin, first appearance of Peter Porker.
Yeah,
It's a
You're right.
Bro,
it's a
that's
kid's
a
book.
dollar.
That's a very good
I
example.
Donald David, Denver Cops. I love my Cops PD.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Donald David props. He buys them from me every time, $100.
Yeah.
every time I get a Peter Porker number.
And it lived comfortably.
I love that.
In the
book as a
dollar
kid.
No,
bin.
it's a great
Props
book.
to Marvel Star Comics. I
Goose,
love all of
Goose
Wally
Rider
Wizard.
was in there.
Sony Animation, bro. Those guys
That's all you got to say.
Yeah.
brought him back.
New Mutants 98, more popularly known as the first appearance of Deadpool.
Yeah.
You couldn't sell that fucking book.
So when I went to, here's a good story. In 2000, I worked for a company called E-Planet Toys. It's I've only left all C's
I
twice in my
remember
life.
that, yeah.
I started.
They were literally just like right on the other side of Player
The
One.
road.
Right. So
Yeah.
when we had the warehouse, I sold all the toys and action figures of all C's Collectibles. I'm going to deal with my dad. And I went with, and I couldn't get along with my brother. So
Yeah.
I wanted to go start a toy company. And I started with Mike Dunn, and we started E-Planet Toys, the warehouse toy distribution. So we're going to replace Diamond as a toy distributor.
Right, get
But he
in-
also
get in the
bought
mix, yeah.
All the vintage stuff from All C's, and we bought all the toy inventory from All C's Collectibles at the time.
Nice.
Put it in this warehouse. We had a storefront.
Right.
Started with that. My dad helped it out a lot. Because there was going to be a co-op together. We're going to work together, grow it. I wish we could do this now. It was before its time. But anyways, we went to San Diego Comic-Con in 2000, and I bought a long box of 361 Amazing Spider-Mans with my brother, Jason. I bought $5 a piece for him. And Rob Liefeld was at a booth, and he was signing, and nobody gave a shit. Nobody cared about Deadpool. It was
Oh my lord!
everybody hated Rob. They still do.
They still do.
I like Rob. I mean,
I chased Rob down at San Diego Comic-Con because we were like, motherfucker, draw us an ankle. Draw us a wrist.
What he did for the industry is cool, though. He was in a Levi's button-up. Remember the old Levi's button-up
old Levi's
commercials?
commercial, yeah.
He was in one at
He was.
18 years
Shut
old,
the
drawing
front
comic
door.
books. I mean, fucking Eddie Van Halen was in a Levi's button-up flag.
and Rob
And
Lee.
Rob Liefeld.
Right. So
Liefeld.
what he did for the industry was huge, dude. I mean, he made Image Comics. He made McFarlane be able, and Eric Larson, and all these great minds, Jim Lee.
It was a lot
to
of
go start a side
a lot of
Kickstarter
dudes
company.
came together.
He had
yeah.
cash.
He was part of that, but I was telling PJ last week, I was like, there was that whole feud between, oh God, no, don't tell me I forgot. Peter David,
Yeah,
McFarlane, and Liefeld with the swiping controversy.
I think Peter David just likes to be an asshole.
Peter David likes to be an asshole. Don't get us wrong. Peter David is a great writer and is probably one of my favorite runs on the Hulk, but he can be a bit of a dick.
Yes.
It's good to be the king.
It is good to be the
At
king.
the same time, Todd McFarlane contradicts himself, so he's an easy target.
Constantly.
He said he would never make a trade paperback at a Diamond conference I went to back in the day.
Yeah, that
Remember,
never-
because he wanted to push original issues?
That didn't
Which is
hold.
cool.
That-
He took a trade paperback,
back
ripped
then.
a page out of it, wiped his ass with it, said he'd never make one. He's revolumized Spawn and trade
Spawn.
paperback 3 times. 5 times?
5 times. I think it's 5 at this point. It might be
doing it-
3, but I
he's
think
doing
it's
it
5 at
again
this point.
soon,
He
I
is
think.
doing it again.
Fucking love this
Coming soon.
podcast.
So
Another volume of trades
so
by
there's
Doug
all
Moran.
these things that are going on, and the formation of Image was precedented.
Yes.
It was unprecedented. It's not groundbreaking. It was very inventive at the
At the
time.
same time, they followed sports. Reggie White went into free agency with football.
Sure.
Green Bay Packers signed him.
Yeah.
The artist went free agency. So before then, you were a grind. You're a slave to the grind.
Right.
Other side of guys like Neil Adams, you were screwed to that company. Rob Liefeld did not own Deadpool.
Nope.
They just
He
sit
did
on
own the
your
rights to
art.
Deadpool.
And, yeah.
Shit on your art and take your characters.
Whatever
Well,
you
and
book.
how
yeah.
much was it Texaria? Texaria came under fire for selling original Ghost Rider art, and he got into a whole heap of trouble
He's a
with
really
Ghost
good
Rider.
art. Yeah, what
And
happened to him?
Texaria
He was the
great.
original artist, though? Like, and
No,
No.
in the 90s.
I can't think of them.
What's that guy's name? That Ghost Rider, the second Ghost Rider.
Yeah,
Not Johnny Blaze. Catch.
Danny
Danny
Ketch.
Ketch.
I can't remember that. So
I'm
anyway,
supposed to know
he came under fire as well. So these guys are trying to make money on the outside. So you have McFarlane, and you end up with Neil Gaiman, who owns the rights legitimately to Angela, but McFarlane is fighting him
Yes.
on the rights of who owns Angela.
At the same time, he couldn't write these books. He had to get
No.
Dave Sims.
Dave Sims.
Cerebus. Love Cerebus.
Cerebus
Cerebus.
is great.
Frank Miller wrote an issue.
Miller did an issue, but you got
You got Neil. Okay, listen. You got Dave Sims, Frank Miller, Neil Gaiman, all writing.
Bro, this is like
And you're mad.
And
the
you're
front
mad.
lines of
You're
World
pissed.
War Run of comics.
But
This
you-
is nuts.
It's hilarious because you got McFarlane
Or
saying
World
he
War II,
owns
I guess.
Angela.
He turned into Joseph Stalin really
He
quick.
really did.
He started buying Barry Bonds baseballs, Tom McFarlane, buying Mark
This
McGuire
is like- this is
baseballs.
mine.
He's,
That's
he's
wow.
overspent. He's carrying his balls around town, showing them off. Anyone will pay to watch them, and he gets in over his head because he misspeaks against Neil Gaiman, and he's like, "I own Angela," and Gaiman's like, "No, you don't. I created Angela. Angela is my creation."
So in image rights, you own what you create.
yes, that was
Right.
the
That
whole
was the thing.
foundation. That
That
was
was-
the foundation of the fucking industry.
And Tom McFarlane got
The earth-
screwed by his own creation.
baby.
So it comes back on top of them. They finally settle this a couple of years later. I mean, just recently, within the last couple of years, it finally gets settled.
But in between, they fought over Miracle Man
Miracle Man got
that nobody cared about.
nobody cared about until
So
they
Neil Gaiman started Miracle Man.
Yes.
That's what he got his run on in comic books, right?
Yep.
In the UK. It went up for rights. Tom McFarlane. Love Todd sometimes.
so
It's
Todd.
like, you know,
Todd.
fuck you, Neil. I got more money than you.
Yeah.
How much is my Miracle Man?
I got.
They-
I'm
go
going to make
into a
Miracle
bidding
Man
war.
my bitch if I want. So they went into this horrible bidding war.
It goes into a horrible bit of war. Finally, Neil wins out because it's his character, and they reissue issues of it in the early aughts.
I ordered way too many of those.
The only one that was valuable was what, issue 8, where Miracle Man twists that one dude heads
yeah, I
off.
got to return one.
Yeah, that was like the only one that was worth a shit.
That was
Turn
on
one.
eBay for a minute. and-
Yeah. Boo, done. That killed that real quick.
It'll be back.
And then it wasn't until a couple of years ago, I think within the last 3 years, that this lawsuit finally gets settled.
And nobody gives a shit.
Nobody
by the way.
gives a shit.
At this point.
But Neil Gaiman finally gets the rights to Angela, and what does he do? He immediately flips over, sells it to Marvel, and it shows up in the Guardians
Yeah,
of the
so he's
Galaxy.
like, remember that Miracle Man shit, dude? Fuck you.
Fuck you. I'm going over to Marvel. Angela is Thor's sister.
And they're inbreeding.
She's a Valkyrie.
I'm just kidding. I made that part up.
I don't even know what the fucking story is. I'm just like, okay.
I've made that up. Marvel
One great
does
thing
too.
about Image that spawned, though, is Robert Kirkman. And I want to give props to Robert Kirkman. The greatest modern-day writer is Robert Kirkman in comic books.
I have to
Ooh,
say,
that's
when
a
you
big,
when you
big,
think about it, and I don't
big
know if you
jump.
were there for this retailer
Statement, no
summit,
jump.
but
Our challenge, Johnny Cates is, man, he's hot.
Danny
No,
Cates-
I mean,
Donny
Danny
Cates has
Cates.
done
See, I don't
some
even know if it's
waves.
Danny or Donnie.
Donnie
Cage.
I call
Donny
him Mr.
Cates.
Kirkman
Donnie.
because I know Mr. Kirkman's
I've
rich.
met Kirkman a couple of times.
Yeah, he's rich.
That guy's
So in order,
AMC money.
I don't know if you were there for the retail summit, but McFarlane's rambling on at the mouth, and Kirkman stands up.
Oh no, I haven't gotten to one of those in a long time.
I've been 86.
So Kirkman's
Fuck you, Diamond, too many times.
Kirkman stands up and starts asking McFarlane questions. And McFarlane has no idea who Kirkman is at this point.
Right.
This is early on. This is probably like
Did he start Skybound? Oh, was it Haunt before Haunt?
this is before Haunt. This
So
was
he's hired. Okay.
yeah, because this is like issue maybe 5 or 6 of Walking Dead. So
that's
Kirkman's
early
pretty
on.
much like, well, what do you got to say since I basically saved Image Comics?
Right.
He basically threw the gauntlet at Todd, and Todd was like, and just basically starts backpedaling at that point.
He did. Skybound Studios Skybound Studios came to Denver
Saved
Comic
Image.
Con. Was the first. No comic companies would want to come to Denver Comic Con.
Yep.
Skybound Studios came.
They're
Not
like,
as
ah.
Image, but Skybound Studios, which is really cool.
That is cool.
So Kirkman basically throws the gauntlet to Todd, and he's like, I helped save Image because he's got Invincible, he's got Walking Dead, Haunt comes along later.
Yep.
Haunt.
I'm basic.
With
And
McFarlane.
Haunt is such a ripoff of Spawn.
Can I
it was
just say though that Haunt
blatant.
wasn't that like one of the premiere issues of Greg Capullo's
Yes.
art?
So he did Spawn first, right?
Yeah, he did Spawn first, but before Spawn, he
Creech.
was doing X-Men. He did X-Men like 303, 305, 306. He's in the 300s.
If
So
you
right
look up
after John
if you look
Romita
up the
Jr.
orders of X-Men artists, it's crazy.
Yes.
Everyone's
Yeah.
worked on X-Men.
So because you got like you've got early issues of Capullo doing in there. You also have got like Joe Mad. You've got John Romita Jr. You've got like this cavalcade of
Jim Lee, Kubert.
Jim Lee. Yeah, like everybody's doing X-Men at the time. But out of there, Capullo gets snatched up, and he starts filling in for McFarlane as
Spawn.
the steady artist for Spawn.
And Todd really hasn't drawn it since then too much.
No, I mean
he
he's
really
got
dived in
fillers.
on 301 or
Well,
300,
300
on.
on.
Yeah,
But I think that's out of
did you see him
necessity.
draw? Did you see him drawn on that
covers.
iPad?
He did covers.
I shared one like he was drawing on
Yeah,
an iPad.
it's so
it was
bad.
already done. You could like literally see the image behind it, and he was just tracing over something already drawn.
Yeah, it's like the
Well,
inker
iPad
came
I
in
don't know how
before him.
digital
What is that
art
thing with, like
works.
when you were a kid and it had that magnet pencil and you would just fucking
Maybe he drew it on paper and then drew it because he's old school.
That's what
You
it
know
looked
I mean?
like. I'm
I don't know.
Maybe.
I just want Todd to come on the podcast.
I like Tom McFarlane.
Well,
no,
I
Come-
like Todd.
Come to All Seas Fan Expo, please.
I mean, he does our intro of
Next
like
month.
listen to 5280 Geek. So I mean, I got nothing against Todd.
no, he's a great mind. in
he
comic books.
is great.
But
and he
that's my,
and
like-
he represents well. Liefeld knows comics, which I really hate to say because
He
it
does.
really hurts.
He does.
but he knows comics.
When I saw him in San Diego in 2000, this kid's like, "Can you draw
He's
me a
on the
picture?"
point.
He's like, "Can you draw me a picture of the Spectre?" He's like, "Well," I've never drawn him or nor worked for DC ever in my life." He's like, "Well, will you do it? I'll give you $15." He's like, "All right."
Right.
He took the picture, dude.
And-
I'm like,
and
"Holy
that's-
shit!"
and
This is like
that's
the dark.
The
fine.
fucking
What is-
Spectre.
I think Vice should have been making like a documentary about it, like the dark side of comic artists.
The dark side of comic
So-
book art.
It's for real. I felt bad for him.
Yeah.
This is also the same time period. You go to Comic Con and get your picture taken with the Playboy model,
Yeah.
but it was like $20. So
Wow.
you're like,
Don't touch me.
You're up there with Julie Benz. The pleasure guys are
20
hanging
bucks.
out in the background.
Just waiting to fucking jump you if you touch her too.
yes. Or if you walk by and try to take a picture for free, they're like, "Hey, put your camera away." I'm like,
Right.
"Fuck you, dude! I paid to get in here,
Yeah,
man.
Lou-
Tell me what to do with my camera."
Lou
It's
Ferrigno, you
America.
con whore. So,
See, this is what Lou got his feet.
yeah, that's enough. Everyone has already heard
Matter
my
of fact, I
opinion
think
of
Lou
Lou.
was next to the Playboy girls. at
Yeah,
one
he
time.
was.
Yeah, he learned from them.
I actually was waiting for Sam out of Flash Gordon and just deck the shit out of him.
He's a
Oh.
nice guy.
He is. Sam is a great guy. I love
See?
Sam.
That's a battle we need to see.
I
Oh,
tried.
we
Okay,
don't
so
wanna
he's
see-
represented-
Celebrity deathmatch. Lou
I was trying to
Ferrigno.
get. I was trying to get Sam. He's represented by this guy Rad. Rad.
Oh,
Rad.
Rad.
Not so rad.
Not so rad.
I have no idea.
I mean,
I do.
some of these guys aren't all worth $10,000. Let's be realistic.
I dig it.
You know?
I dig it. I dig it.
So, fast forward, all of the dollar bin stuff is now worth stuff.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And it is.
And
It
it's
is.
due to these cons we're talking about. So cons kind of kicks. There's a bunch of factors.
There's
dude.
so many things that have like added to this bubble
Well,
that
when you and I were growing up, especially,
Yeah.
we didn't talk about reading comic books at high school.
No.
You didn't tell
Yeah,
some
you
girl.
get beat the
No.
fuck up.
Yeah, you get to be there. I didn't even tell people my dad owned that store really too much.
Are you kidding?
You know,
I was
man.
I was on the
My dad
football
owns
team.
a gun range.
Do you know what kind of beatdown I would have gotten on the football team
Oh,
if I
you
talked
would
about, hey, did you
hate
read
so
the
much
latest
shit.
issue of G.I. Joe? Oh,
you're,
no.
You're the tight end of the fucking team, and they're like,
No, I'm the
"Ah,
running back. I'm even more important than the tight end. I'm the running back.
Look at this fucking guy reads comics.
Yeah, I played Gateway, dude, at defensive tackle. I didn't tell anybody.
No.
But didn't your daddy own that all season? I'm like, no.
Nope.
never. No, I might play Rick, dude. My
that's-
dad sells guns.
My dad's racist as fuck.
It's my cousin. it's my
I'm
my
just
uncle.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
But and it's true because we were even talking about this with Xander that Geek has elevated
Yes.
past what we grew up with. 'Cause
Bro,
like
yeah.
before,
And I think cons have really helped with that for sure. Absolutely.
well, and I think the cons, I think the films, people better
now I'm over cons.
understand.
Now I'm the con bubble's blown.
The con bubble's blown. I have no
That's
idea.
true.
COVID killed that.
Killed it.
It
Killed
was
it.
one of the guys, the things because I was done with them before, anyways. People
Well,
run
they had
different,
worn pretty
different, you know.
The deceased
soft
Denver
back-
Comic
hard,
Con?
hardback cover con or whatever
Yeah.
it is. I don't know.
Let's
Tattered cover con?
let's be decisive. The difference between a con and an expo.
Right.
We will
So-
get to that.
Yeah.
I
So
just thought it was
you
super
There
have
is a big
fun.
difference.
there
There's
is a
a
big
difference.
difference. So you have Denver Comic Con, who is
It's
now
a
been
massive
bought
event, right?
out. Yes.
And it's in glory of Chicago, and it's in glory of Philadelphia, New York.
C2,
Comic-Con.
E2 New York Comic Con. In fact, you'll notice behind you, I added C2E2 2011 from Joe Prado.
C2E2 is that
That
Chicago.
is Chicago.
Chicago.
So
But they have two in Chicago.
What's the-
Chicago?
oh,
a
that's-
great Comic Con.
Yes.
Seattle, Emerald City.
Yes,
I thought-
that's
yeah.
another
Seattle's
good
Emerald
con.
City.
That's
That's
an
a
old
good
one.
one.
that's a
a good
great con, actually.
Yeah, I like that.
If I'm going to tell you to go to a
So-
con, it's going to be those.
Those are grand events.
Grand events.
Denver did have a grand event.
No.
They were at one time.
They
Kind
a
of.
charged-
minute ago.
They charge grand event
Back in the
prices.
day.
They had second
Touche.
highest attendance
There is
at
a
one
difference.
time.
Yeah.
When Stan Lee was here.
Was
Bro, I was there.
They got to
There's
ride that.
Though
so
that
many
line
issues.
started at 9 in the morning. I'm not shitting you. 9
Oh,
in the
before then,
morning.
'cause
And he didn't even show up
I
till
would show
4.
up, because I'm vending. I would show up at like 8 a.m. in the morning, and there was lines out front. I had to get there early so I could get my little parking that I always want to park at,
well, even with
so I
like,
could run shit to my truck or go
Whatever.
take a
you-
smoke break.
well, even with like Utah with Fan X, the line for Chris Evans was completely around the complex for Utah.
So these
and
gents are the ones that are buying our new.
yeah,
running the
no,
new
no,
one?
no, no. The
So what's going on
brothers,
there?
the Fan X that bought Denver Comic Con is out of Chicago and Seattle, and they're part of that conglomeration.
Different expo.
Different expo. So Fan X, they're the ones that lost the lawsuit against San Diego Comic Con.
The con for the name,
Call it
right?
Comic Con.
And that's
Right.
what Denver Comic Con got scared.
That's
of.
where all that
Yes.
BS
Yes.
came out. Okay.
So
And that's why they
there's some
turned into
difference.
Tatter Cover Con.
and then just sold out.
Yeah, it does.
They're gone.
Well, that was a great found run. We started that. Props to Time Warp Comics, old school store
Yeah,
in
Boys of
Wayne.
Boulder. Yep.
And All Seas, we were the first 2 stores to sell tickets to that show. The only 2 stores. Mile
yeah.
High Comics refused to sell tickets.
Yeah, because Chuck couldn't be involved as much and couldn't control as much as he wanted.
he doesn't believe in shows or cons. And he
Well, he believes in shows and cons if he's in control of them.
doesn't-
Wow,
Hey,
I am so.
running my own. I appreciate that. I like that.
That's what I
It's
like.
good to be the king.
That's what I like about All Seas.
Right.
They make their own shit.
Yeah, I mean, in theory, he is. So, I mean,
But to be fair, Chuck was a pioneer in Colorado. He was the first shop he franchised. You had Mark who ran All in a Fantasy Works.
Works.
You had Mark that was over on Colfax for All in a Dream.
Wayne was
Wayne
a Mile High store.
was a Mile High store. You have the Lakewood store, which is long gone.
And
In
you got
Littleton,
Colorado Boulevard, right?
You
in Colorado
can't deny the foundation. However,
Exactly. So props
However-
to him. So before All Seas, where I am now, and Smurf knows, I came up in this very hostile, volatile market in Denver as
Yeah,
a kid.
volatile,
Was
yeah.
Scared to go to these summer flings I was telling you about, dude. It's
Yeah.
like war, bro. Right?
my goodness.
My dad's like, "This is how you're gonna eat, dude. You want to eat
Legit,
spaghettios?
like,
You
yeah.
want to eat steak, son?
Well,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
So we go and we do it. I'm coming up in this market. This guy's got stores all over town, dude. Then he's got a superstore on Washington.
I remember I used
I-
to. I got
Right
kicked
in
out
your
of that
hood,
fucking
right in your
store.
hood.
Yeah,
Which-
that's
right
right.
across from Thornton High School.
That's
which
right.
flooded.
I.
But
Sorry.
what a
Fuck.
great model, dude.
No, and it was.
It was
It
a
is-
great
it-
idea.
It's a great foundation.
Much like Tower Records, or you would see a Hot Topic or a Spencer's.
but everything's got to grow from that.
Naturally.
Right.
Yep.
Exactly.
So I would love to see the branding of All Seas become something that got.
That's- I feel
that is
like-
my dream. I would like to see
Yeah.
franchisees, stores of that model that he had, but not just selling comic books.
That's
No,
the direction
an
I
all-seas
see.
franchise, right?
I see that. Yeah. Actually.
Well, and you kind of have set that precedent because let's face it, there are no chain comic book stores anymore.
Right, correct.
Mile
There's
High-
no multiple stores in Colorado
No.
other than Grand Slam. They have 2 up north.
Yeah,
Loveland and Greeley. I believe.
but I can't. Grand Slam is.
Well, they're not in the metro. Right?
No, they're not in the metro area, and they're a different hybrid of a shop.
They are.
They are.
They're sports
They're-
cards and comics.
They're,
Yeah,
they're
they're-
more
yeah.
sports cards
gaming.
oriented. Do they do a lot of gaming?
They sells Magic. Those kind of towns are good for gaming.
Yeah, that's true. The out of markets are
The rural, northern,
Rural mid-country America
suburb.
is great for
Yeah.
gaming.
time consuming.
Really, every city's great
I
for
love
gaming. I think
yeah.
love gaming.
I love
I love
gaming.
the community it makes with gaming. That's what I like about gaming. It
It's
really
just-
pulls people together that don't normally go out and socialize.
Exactly.
I do miss a good gaming tournament. Actually,
Yeah,
It's
it's
just
fun to watch.
so
It is.
damn addictive.
well, I would do like the Mage Knight. I did the Magic.
Knight.
I did Mage Knight. I
remember.
actually have the medals and the pins. I competed.
You gotta.
I do. I
My jacket. Look at this bitch.
HeroClix, first run of HeroClix was fun as fuck. dude.
HeroClix
Yo,
is great.
I'll get on that bus.
Yeah. If they made it right, like
Yeah.
I want to see Hulk battle Doctor Strange, and I want to see why Hulk's vulnerable to Doctor Strange.
Yes.
I wanna
How the fuck
see.
can and it was the original game.
Make
was
it
like that.
work. Yeah.
Strange could go through walls. Hulk
It was great. And it was.
Can I
and
get a
s-
knuckle on that?
There you
shit?
go.
Yeah, thank you.
I even still have the miniatures for that and everything. But now we are facing an entirely new playing field
Yes.
because everything has literally changed again. Because the keys have changed, the new modern keys, everyone that are looking for. You still have the Silver Age. You've got the people that are getting presses. Actually, one of our shout outs who does our T-shirts, Dom also
great.
does pressings.
Does it for my store? I wouldn't press with anybody.
No, the man
Dom.
is spectacular, and it is an art.
Yeah.
You cannot, because you heat a comic book cover
Yeah.
to where it is goopy.
Well, he puts it in a
fucking
humidor, I
terrible.
believe, so he wets
Oh,
it
so he even wets it?
and then dry press it.
It is a process.
I literally
Or
just
eat
like
process.
threw up a little bit.
It is immense.
Well, yeah. What? So you listen. The two things that scare me are water and fire.
Yes. And he plays with both around comics. And I'm like, all right.
All my collectibles are. Oh my god!
Sprinkling that shit
even my
on.
gold and silver are vulnerable.
I know they're gonna go up like
Exactly.
kindling.
Sorry.
So you are kind of venturing out into uncharted territory
Correct.
as you open up All Seas 2.
Yes. sir.
Two.
Yes. So
And this
excited,
is
my
this
friend.
is
yeah.
this is amazing.
And major props to my wife. She was an IT network.
Trish.
Yeah, Trish.
Or
Patricia
Pat- yeah,
Farnsworth.
Patricia.
Patricia Farnsworth. Trish Farnsworth, as everyone knows. T-Dog.
And she chickened out of showing up. That's fine. 'Cause you're missing out on whiskey and lots of booze.
Yes, and she's like, but and so she quit her networking IT career. I mean, she's a IT networking engineer, so that's a great
Right.
job.
No, absolutely.
It brings a certain skill set to the store though that I didn't have before, which
Absolutely.
really helps me with a lot of different.
So it
things.
curves out a lot of necessary parts of the wheel.
I was raised to be a comic book seller. You know what I mean?
Right.
A collectible seller.
You
so
sling books.
You're a
Yeah.
fucking paper and pencil guy.
I didn't ask you guys. I really didn't know what a hashtag did earlier. You know what I mean? I really don't know what a hashtag.
That's why you have us.
right. So, my mind's business, no margins, numbers. Where are we going to go? What
Right.
lease can I sign? What part of town I want to be in to expand this business?
And this wasn't like an easy process because you and I actually had a lot of conversations in the shop of have you checked here? Have you checked here? Have you checked here? Where are their shops?
Your
so this is relevant
demographic,
back
yeah.
to what we were talking about with Mile High and the boom of sports cards. So sports card stores are going to pop up everywhere.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But it's not as easy as you think. and
No,
we'll
it
get
is
into this
not.
In a minute, right
It
now.
really isn't.
For multitude of reasons. But Mile High, Degrest, he bought a building. Props. I wish I owned my own buildings. If you own your own building, dude, you're made in the shade.
Yeah.
He owns a warehouse. Degrest, back to one spot. But his model of having these little stores, now with gaming involved, he didn't get into gaming ever.
No.
But if you have gaming and you know how to be a licensed Magic dealer, a licensed Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokemon dealer, I have one of the oldest Pokemon judge license in the country. I got it in 1998.
Like old, like original.
original OG.
Yeah.
The only other one was Free Time,
Right.
and I was their judge.
No shit. You were a judge at free time.
I was a judge at Free
Nope. Nope.
I have, and I've sent messages and pictures of the original cards.
Yeah.
Like all my Charizards and the badges that
Oh,
came
that's
with
so
all of
badass,
them.
dude. I love that you guys got actual badges.
Yes.
Yeah, it was like a thing, and they keep
Yeah.
record of it because that game's always been owned by Nintendo. Nintendo doesn't mess around.
Nah, Nintendo's
yeah.
not going to let it out of their cold dead hand.
Or anybody buy their
No,
rights or any of their
no.
stuff.
Never,
no,
never, ever.
They will not let Hasbro buy them.
I still owe my sperm to Nintendo.
Alrighty then.
That's another story. That's for another podcast.
That's another podcast.
Rosansky and Mile High had this great mold. He bought this collection, made a ton of money on it, put stores all across Denver, put ads in comic books, had subscription service,
Had his own price fucking guide.
had his own from Mile
Wow.
High Futures, made his own, had a subscription service worldwide. Still does. That's why he's relevant. That's why he went to this warehouse.
Right.
I don't want that mold. I want a mold where I'm in everybody's neighborhood. You have your face, your 7-Eleven for collectibles. I want
yeah.
you to come to me to buy your new issues every week, to buy your booster packs and Magic cards, to buy your new Topps baseball card set. Yeah, friendly neighborhood.
Friendly
collectibles store.
neighborhood, all
Everywhere
seas.
around.
Dude, when
yeah.
I bought my first comic book, Green Lantern, It was in a dime store,
7-Eleven.
local shop.
I mean, here it was 7-Eleven for me.
Yeah.
And before I went to Fantasy Works, it was hard to get your mom to take you to the mall.
It was.
Or anywhere. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know what
It's a different time, yes.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, Mom, you take me to the
Real
mall.
pain in
Fuck
the
off.
ass.
Go play outside.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a real pain in the ass in the car in the 80s.
Yeah.
So
Nobody knew where the gas pedal was.
Yeah,
What
I
the
don't know
fuck?
what was going on. So I just walked up to 7-Eleven all the time, doing whatever. She didn't give a shit about any of that, what I did from there and back, but whatever. That's where we bought our books. bro.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's crazy.
We had a gas station back in Washington. I mean, we'd go there to 7-Eleven and we'd skateboard up there, but then there was Sonny's Market behind.
Ah,
Yeah, exactly.
see?
They sold the Jolt soda. They sold Magic
Jolt.
cards.
That's where you saw your first kid smoke a joint behind over there. Like, wow, what a badass.
What kind of neighborhood did you? Oh wait,
Oh,
you were
that's
here.
Aurora.
Best
Yeah, you're right,
ever.
Aurora.
That's right over here.
I'm like
That's
out
like that
east.
for everybody.
We middle of butt fuck nowhere.
Somebody's drinking an Old English 40 in the back.
I grew up here.
like a
I
normal
dig
thing.
it. I
That's
dig it.
great. So now you're expanding. You're going outside of your parameters. You have your new store,
Yeah, so Arapahoe Road in University Boulevard.
and there is nothing around you.
None. So I researched it for a while. I love the location of Mile High on Colorado Boulevard.
And that was a staple because it was the center of town. It was semi easy to get to. The parking lot was a bit of a minefield, but all in
Still
all,
is. I looked over there.
oh yeah, that place is a fucking disaster.
Never put a
And then
store
I know the other shop that you and I discussed.
Yeah.
And he was a little out of his mind when it came to pricing.
And when I went to the Welshire, which is on
1
Colorado.
million.
I thought they wanted the world from me. I'm like, I'm not going to give you all this
Yeah.
info. But then I found out as I went through this process, it is 2021, and this is coming out of COVID, how hard it is to get a lease.
Yes.
And how hard it is to get... I'm trying to start this wrestling federation with ACW. World champion Bobby Lashley, I know. Baby. I'm trying to get this done, but I can't find a garage space for this guy to make a gym. So if anybody knows any warehouse, garage space you want to rent me, please let me know.
Hook a brother up.
Hook a brother up. ACW.
Holla, holla.
With the store, and we got in. It took me 2 months to go through this lease process, dude.
Wow.
2 fucking months. So I'm hoping to open by July 1st
Okay. So
after the expo.
you're gonna split the team. So
Yes.
some of the familiar faces that are at the
I'm gonna take
Abilene shop.
My
and
Chewbacca, my right-hand man's, the beard, Chris
The
Packham.
beard.
He's been working for me for 15 years plus.
Jesus.
I've known him longer. He was a customer for a long, long time.
before he could grow beard.
Right. truly, bro.
I've seen Chris without a beard.
Yeah, that's-
it's fucking scary.
Great. Hanging
he's
out with
so
Chris
young.
Klein. Him and Chris Klein, 1,000 Ghosts.
Oh my god.
Check out
Chris
his
Klein.
Thousand
YouTube
Ghosts.
channel, 1,000 Ghosts.
Got
Yeah.
his new logo, new digs. I like
Good
it.
stuff.
Yeah, it's
old
good.
school dudes. But he's gonna run it over there. Morgan's my great gamer, as my new Padawan in gaming. He's a great dude.
Good
great,
kid,
He'll
good
make
kid.
a great gaming base
Not
over
kid,
there.
sorry.
I think
Good
he'll be a
community.
good catalyst for that. So the address.
It's 2510 East Arapahoe Road.
So that is like
You're
that is
in a hot
perfect.
spot.
That
A
is.
hot
There's
spot.
nobody around you.
Right by
Nobody's
South Glen.
over
If
there.
anybody remembers old South Glen
South
Mall,
Glen Mall.
I used to love that area. Very nice area.
A nice little apartment complex over there.
Yeah, I mean,
like-
things are coming back from COVID. It's weird, dude. Trish and I went to dinner over there last night. I tried to go to South Glen and find a restaurant. Everything's gone, dude.
Yeah.
Everything's gone. There was
wiped
Or what's open is like overflooded and you can't get
Yeah,
in.
you can't
yeah,
get
there
in.
was this bar called Hopscotch. Was like,
Oh.
15 years too old to go. to
Who
this
even
place.
plays that game
Yeah,
anymore?
I don't know. Apparently, these kids like think it's some old ancient fucking thing.
Some ritual from the Necronomicon.
They were all like 21, 22, and Trish's like, we're not going. I'm
We're
like,
not.
"Fair
It's
enough."
it's like going to Sweet Tomatoes. So now that you get your sweet tomatoes in you and you're feeling better,
You need a little substance. Protein.
little substance, because we were talking before off camera about Arnold Schwarzenegger and two snakes facing each other,
The kissing.
the kissing of the togetherness, and come look down upon us as we go
Coming.
to battle, and if not, then to hell with you. You open this store
Yes, sir.
with the blessing of Crumb, obviously.
please.
Yes,
Please.
of course.
Because Crumb is going to smile down upon you because you're waging war. When we opened my first comic shop, we wanted to name it Aries because we wanted to declare war
dope.
on all of the other comic
Like I
book
said, we
stores
came
out there.
up- Yeah, we're in a.
In the 90s, that was the way it was.
Other than maybe like
He
New
did.
York City, dude, in like LA, like Golden Apple and like some big stores and big markets, Denver
Yeah.
is brutal, dude.
It's-
It's all because Mile High Comics, honestly.
It's the
Chuck kind of gave us like this gladiator style of mentality.
arena,
Right, and
right?
I
Dude,
Dude,
it was Spartacus.
Dude, I took this in the sport card industry. And,
Yes.
I mean, there's 3 of us left. I got one guy in Aurora who's a thorn in my side. It'll never go away because he's got a bunch of money from his parents.
For now.
But
And you got Bill.
and Bill's, who's been around forever.
Bill has been forever. I'm actually waiting for Bill to just finally.
So he sold
Go.
out right before COVID. He
Oh.
sold the Denver Autographs. Denver Autographs. Ed Emmett.
Okay.
Props to Ed and Denver Autographs. They own Bill's Sports Club.
Yeah.
Big fan. All season Bill's great
Yeah,
cooperation
no.
with each other.
Bill has been a great guy.
Matt that manages Bill's will set up at the All Seas Fan Expo.
Yes.
He's going to have 3 tables.
So you're going to set up at the new shop. You're, of course, taking hold slots.
Yes, sir.
And that is kind of like the bread and butter for a comic book shop.
It is.
And that is the foundation of any shop, because to start a new store without hold slots is tough.
It's tough. Well, it's kind of brutal for me is I'm losing 3 people right off the bat.
Yeah.
At least 3 that I know of
3
so far.
staples.
They're going to go to the new store.
'Cause
Then
they
one of my
transfer,
big
yeah.
ones, Cecil Lammy. Props to Cecil Lammy.
Cecil's good.
Yeah, you know, that's the fan.
The
in
104.3.
Colorado, we know who he is.
We know who he is.
Cecil-
Cecil's a good egg. I
One
like
of the best
Cecil.
sports radio personalities in Colorado I got coming. He's a whole side guy. Props to Cease. But he's going to the new shop, so I'm missing that revenue from the old store. So I got to make that up there. Mm-hmm. You know.
Yeah, but it's not like you're losing that money. It just affects
No.
where you're currently sitting.
Just a shift.
It's like
It is a
water,
shift.
It's water put a little Miracle Grow in that plant, right?
But-
Yeah.
Plant
To
that
be
little plant.
fair, there is no shop around you.
No, not in
And
the new area,
those-
not where we are either.
No.
And we battle off. I put a mile high out of business in Aurora. That Fantasy Works got sold out after Mark passed away.
After Mark
RIP.
passed away,
Chuck
and-
brutally took it over. ran that bitch out of town.
Right
No
into
more
the
Mile High in
ground.
Aurora, and nobody's ever come back. And I wouldn't suggest anybody ever.
Don't.
That's his
I'd say
point.
Parker's too close to me. There is a store in Aurora, isn't there?
There is one.
Is there?
Parker though, like people in Parker, it's hard. Like
I lived in Parker. dude,
driving
for too long,
down
far too long.
fucking Parker Road
sucks.
sucks my
I
ass.
was like fucking soccer mom,
Yeah.
fucking asshole guy. in
All because of
Maserati.
one red light.
Like every kind of mix, they're annoying. Person.
Yeah,
Fuck outta
once you get out of sync with the lights, you're screwed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're absolutely
you're
right. Ride that
game
right
over.
lane, be an
Yeah.
asshole.
yeah, you're Bill Paxton and aliens. Game over.
So put her in charge, man.
So I wanted to be on University. University School Road goes all the way through the metro.
Yep.
It's one
It
of the
does.
longest
Hot spot,
running-
hot spot,
Yeah.
yeah.
Rappo.
And it is very good. So are you going to do anything special? Are you doing like
Yeah, I'm still working on it. We're gonna do a great grand opening.
Okay.
It's July 1st, hopefully. Before then, I have the All Seas Fan Expo.
which we'll get to.
Well, yeah, it's crazy. So I'm getting a hold of Upper Deck right now for the grand opening of the new store.
Very
Nice.
nice.
Tops,
Okay.
Panini. We'll reach out to Sports Card
Fuck
guys.
yeah.
Very
I'll reach out to
nice.
Diamond. I'll reach out to Penguin. See if we
Mm-hmm.
get some comic promotions. I'll do my own, of course. Hopefully, we get a lot of stuff out there. PJ Pop Culture, of course, will be involved.
Oh, that's,
So-
I'll be
5280
there.
Geek, I'm sure will
I
be involved.
I was just about to say. So if we're talking July 1st,
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
sir.
I think we should be there.
We might as well do a
Please.
live.
I think we might as well do a
event.
live.
That would be awesome.
I think we might as well do a live podcast since Patricia.
She needs to
She
be here,
ditched us.
right?
Call it.
Yeah,
I'm
we
I'm,
gotta-
I'm feeling offended right now.
I
And
feel
dude, I'm telling you,
hurt.
this new store we have where the gaming arena is, it's its own private section.
See, and
so
I
we
like
have
that.
our own little studio.
If
there.
I was
Yeah.
ever to open up a shop again, I do want like its own specific little like gaming area where people can kind of go and break out and do, because there's so many different games. There's Mage Knight, there's the Hero Clicks, you've got Magic,
Final
you've
Fantasy.
got Pokemon,
Right.
You've got so many different games out
and
there.
when our
now.
current store, I
Godzilla.
opened- really, we have 2 stores now. So there's All Seas Collectibles.
I'm glad you reminded me of that.
And next door is All Seas Gaming Arena, which
Yeah.
is kind of a separate entity. It's 3,500 square foot of a gaming arena for people to go play tabletop card games and TCG.
And now that Magic and Bandai, oh, I don't know if Bandai is, but you
Bandai-
officially
Only
Magic
one that
announced.
hasn't is Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah, so they're doing tournaments
Konami's
now.
had a touch. There's a shocker.
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Get it
Wah,
together.
wah.
Did I say that?
You didn't say that out loud.
It
Don't
did.
get it.
and
Gaming
Bandai-
industry, I can rant for another 5
Oh,
hours.
easily. And Bandai owns the figure rights to Final Fantasy.
Yeah, they
just for the
fucking-
record.
They own.
They own a, shit
lot
They
ton.
of
make a
things.
TCG for that too.
Yeah, they do.
We carry that as
So
well.
I'm thinking July 1st.
That would be badass.
Shall
I
we
think,
make it?
I think officially for the
I think
record.
you guys
official.
interviewed Trish on that one.
It's
you know what I mean?
official.
I think so.
She is the CEO of that store. We're both
I think-
2 CEOs, but
I think if she doesn't show up, we will officially know she's
if
avoiding
she,
us.
If she doesn't show
she
up,
can't. It's the grand opening.
We'll be there, right?
She's She's
We'll
there.
have a table.
I think this will be the thing. If she doesn't show up, I'm guest GM for that day.
We'll
Yeah.
just make up
I'm just
whatever
gonna make
specials.
shit up, and I'm gonna sell the
I
fuck
think
out of
she's gonna let her
everything.
power go the first day of the store running. Let me go take it. Oh, I got this, babe. Let me go.
I got this. Sit
I'll
it
be
out.
over here. Probably.
Not
I probably
today,
won't even be there.
Satan.
we may not have the spirits, but we will definitely have the heart.
And I will be
Amen.
at both locations all the time. I will be running.
So
back
you're
and
gonna be
forth.
split duty.
Ryan Haggerty's my boy. Ryan's a
Ryan's
great
great.
manager. Ryan's my manager of the main store. And then Chris will hold with Trish, hold down the new store.
Well, and you have been sponsoring my top 5 for a number of years.
Thank you, dude, very much.
And-
Props to all the groups and the social media and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
You do
Well,
a
and
great job
you guys
reviewing
do a
books
great
every
job.
week.
You do a great job.
Thank you for sponsoring the Hot Six, by the
Yeah.
way. I don't know if anybody knows this, but
I think
the
they
Hot
do.
Six
You
is.
showed up on the new 5280
I
side,
did post
so.
it on 52.
Nice.
So the Hot
Everybody
Six
loved it, too.
Is how I started PJ Pop Culture. I approached James. I said, hey, I got an idea. I would like to promote your store, but I also need something to show people. So we said, hey, your books, my YouTube.
There you go.
And I love this
And-
network of we have Smurf, myself, and you, dude. We've
Dude,
been
it's
killing
hot.
it for
We're
what,
coming on 2
5
years now with the
2,
Hot
3 years
Six.
now.
a couple of years now.
The Expo's-
PJ
the
Pop
Expo's
Culture
3
is
years
3
old.
years. Hot Six is 2 years. The Expo is, I was going to say 4.
Might be.
But
Might
I
be.
don't know.
Philip Lindsay's rookie year. So I had Philip Lindsay
Yeah,
ever
you
at his
did.
first public
That's
signing. So that was 17.
4?
4. It's
4, baby.
It is 4.
We won't
Science.
we won't get
Nice.
into sports talk because we know that kills this feed.
I miss Philip Lindsay. Dang it.
Yeah,
I was,
like, no-
Philip Lindsay of Aurora. That's
Yeah.
all. Props to Philip.
Colorado, baby.
Colorado.
Fella.
So speaking of the expo,
Yes, sir.
the Fan Expo.
Yeah, I love it. I love the X.
I do love the Fan
Juice
Expo
is
because
my-
this
It's a lot of work.
This is a lot of work, and James and I have gone back and forth on guests, on how to do this, and growing it and making it what it is. Because both you and I remember the days of Majesticon where you show up
Right.
for free. I met Stan Lee. I met Stan Lee at Majesticon with Monty Moore and Steve, and they're running the show after I forgot the other.
I hope it's did.
Who was
Wayne?
the-
Didn't Wayne buy
No,
it from
I don't
Monty?
think. I don't think Wayne.
Is there some nasty
There
story
was
about that?
there was some nasty story about that, but it
Oh,
wasn't
Wayne,
Wayne.
you.
But
wasn't
you,
Wayne.
you're absolutely right. And my dream of the expo is in that model. So
Yes.
my battle is people want me to get a bigger room, right? Greg McKenna is my buddy. He has a whole side of all seas.
Yeah.
GM of that hotel, runs it, treats me like a fucking president. Like
It's
I'm
good to
Donald
be the
Trump
king,
walking in
right?
that bitch, right? It's great.
Yeah.
It's a smaller room. It's kind of an intimate show. It's an expo. It's not a
It's
con. I'm not going to
beautiful.
call it a con. It's
No.
not. It's 3,000 square foot
So
room.
can we? What's the difference between an expo and a con?
So an expo is something simple. It's kind of like going to a swap meet. It's something that is intimate, it is close, and it is retailers that know
Community.
the
Exactly.
industry, and it is very community. Because growing up back east and then moving here, it was a huge gap for me because I didn't get here until my high school years
Yeah.
with GW. And coming back from back east, where you would go to the library, and there would be like cons, and it would just be retailers with open stuff. There'd be community centers that you can go and you can like peruse magazines, and you can buy the comics, and you had retailers that were set up. This is in that vein. This is kind of like the old school. I didn't know if that was you or me.
That was me. Sorry.
I didn't, and coming here, there was nothing like that. We didn't have like that kind of sense of community because everybody's at odds because it's Spartacus and everyone is fighting against everybody.
That is not the what it's supposed to be about, right?
No.
No, it's not supposed
More
to be.
like
that.
Frank and Sons in the West Coast too. Frank and Sons,
Frank
in
and
LA.
Sons, yeah. Frank and Sons, and I remember them because when I was living out in San Mateo, because my dad's a pilot for United, or was, he's retired. And I traveled all over the place. And I spent time in California. I spent time here. I spent time out east. And it was a different atmosphere for each collecting environment. But this was like the most hostile. This is like you come in and you're expecting
Gave me
to
the
do
Hornets.
battle.
That's
You
it.
did.
That's
You
it.
did.
Yeah, it was really was.
You got to come in
And
with your shield and your sword.
Yeah.
there was literally a different kind of collectible store on every kind of
Yes.
corner.
Wow.
And it was
It's brutal as fuck,
wild.
yeah.
Because you would go, okay, so if you go up to a table like this, and there's boxes, you start going through it. You got another guy that's this close to you.
Well, see, that's why I love COVID.
And
that shit's done.
That stuff is done. But back in the day, you're doing this.
6 feet, sir. Personal distance.
What are you looking at? What is
Exactly.
that?
And they're waiting to see what you pass.
Right.
And if you don't grab it,
What do you got there?
they're reaching over. I'll
Is that Witchblade?
That is exactly it. That is exactly it.
Which
It was
blade?
throwing elbows. It was violent. It was hostile.
It was.
So you
and
get-
I do not want that.
We
I
need
don't
to
want- we have
bury
full
that
security.
forever
I got
again.
security running this thing.
Yes.
Free admission.
Yes.
Hand sanitize.
So we don't
Yeah,
have to
put
worry
some
about.
hand
And that was the other thing. You're paying like in some cons like $10, $20, like $100,
Yeah.
and it is ludicrous.
And we try to do the
and
expo-
for what? For
Exactly.
to fucking wait in line.
Yeah. And then
Fuck that.
the dealers are just
You go to the
grumpy.
All Seas
Well, the
Expo and you go in,
It's
you
free.
meet a fucking celebrity.
There's usually no line because we're
right?
moving it, you know.
It's moving like constantly. Like if you ain't shopping
And
or
this year-
talking or something.
This year we got 2 WWF Hall of Famers, The Godfather and Coco B.
You know,
Dude,
and I remember
dude.
Coco Beware. I love Coco Beware with the parrot. I remember
have the
him for
parrot?
I
WrestleMania.
was trying to get a parrot. Do you know how hard it is to get a parrot?
it's hard.
He doesn't have a parrot?
No.
No more?
Nobody has a pair.
Well, I
Frankie's
figured
though.
he would have replaced him.
Well,
It'd be like Frankie 3
you know,
at this
birds
point.
live forever.
They
dog.
do.
They live for like 120 years.
That bird was already 100.
Dude, more than I've learned about this wrestling, outside wrestling is a different
It
strange.
is
Huh.
a different
That's
beast.
another podcast. I got.
Oh, I would love to have you back for
You
that.
know what?
What I've
Actually,
learned in the last year about
to be
wrestling.
fair, we will have Coco Beware on the show.
Yes,
Oh.
yes, yep. And Godfather, hopefully. Godfather,
Godfather.
great too. Jeffrey Peterson, who's been on the show before,
Peterson
right?
has been on the show.
Bro.
We had the
Be there back.
420
Bro.
Comic on,
420
and
Comics is
he was
nice.
great. So we also have the twins that will be on.
On Twins, hopefully I can get you on. And Martin Kleba would be great too.
Martin, we actually am looking forward to adding to my collection of small people because he's the only one I don't have a picture with him and
Did you get Warwick Davis?
Peter Dinklage.
Warwick Davis, my too small.
I got Warwick Davis.
What about Billy Barney?
I got Billy Barney.
Ooh.
Jinx.
I have a collection of
Most
small.
impressive.
I got a collection of small people
I like it.
with pictures,
Bro.
and I got somebody that looked at me
I want to
like,
get
"What's,
small
what's
people.
wrong with you,
With
Smurf?"
ACW wrestling, back to the wrestling, I want to get small people
Yes,
involved.
Yo,
I remember
yo.
when King Kong Bundy
Yeah.
and the
I'll
midget
buy it.
wrestlers
Fell
would
in
come
love with
out.
it.
Oh
Fell
my
in love
god! And I don't mean that in a derogatory context. That is what they called it. It was like
That's-
King Kong Bundy and the midget
Well,
wrestlers.
it's called midget wrestling.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's all it was.
The-
So.
Yeah, nope,
Go
I'm
ahead.
good.
All right. So we've got the All Seas Fan Expo, which is free to attend.
Yes.
Which-
June 12th and 13th. We
Correct.
keep forgetting that. 12
No,
and 13th.
I was working that.
Month away.
No, we gotta spit
Double
it
tree
Free
out.
admission, free parking.
DoubleTree Hotel, Stapleton Center,
6,900.
69.
It's literally a month away.
It is.
Literally.
The
Right
by
countdown
DI
is a month away.
Right by the interstate. I have some people. Beckett Grading Services will be there. CBCS Grading Services.
So
Autograph authentication.
So yeah, like DIA is right there. So you fly your ass in
Yes.
to the expo.
People
come
literally
check
are.
it out. Yeah,
Especially, and
yeah.
not to toot my horn. It's not just to see my
Dude, no, toot
It's
your
to get their
fucking
cards
horn.
graded
Toot
with
your horn.
Beckett. Yeah, but
Yeah.
to get this grading service,
Dude, Beckett
it's hard
is
to
no
get your shit
joke.
graded right
yeah,
now.
and Beckett's gonna be on site.
Beckett's a bitch.
I will add this. For the 100th time, they will not be doing on-site grading.
Right.
They will take submissions, but they will not grade your shit on the spot
No.
until you have a 10.
And again, we're in this new world, this post-COVID world. We didn't get into it all the way, but we could. It's a different world we're getting.
It
We're
is
back
a
to
lot different.
We're back to the gold rush, baby. And
Yep.
you know, and with a virus around, even with the vaccine, I'm happy we got double vaccine. I'm going to be double vaccine for
Yep.
the show. Hopefully the mask
Already
thing
done.
will-
It's good.
Masks, yeah.
Optional. I mean, they're
I
saying
don't have to breathe
100%.
my own snot anymore.
Yeah.
They're
ideally,
saying 100%
though,
capacity this week.
Yeah, so there we go.
So
here's
we're
here's the logistics. I'm going to tell you from a medical perspective.
Please give us some.
COVID or not,
Thank you, doctor.
flu, colds, shit like that still exists. So please wash your fucking
Oh,
hands.
yeah, that's always been the way,
And
right?
if you are sick,
You mean I gotta
don't
wash my hands?
Yeah, don't come.
What?
Please
Yeah,
don't come, yeah.
yeah. If you're sick, like stay home,
And don't
rest,
cough on cards or comments
Rest.
that other people are going to
get better because we all fucking know McDonald's ain't gonna build your immune system.
No.
Also, there will be a full open bar next to the hotel event room.
Oh my
Full
god.
great bar, drinks, food, lunch.
PJ
dinner.
Pop Culture and 5280.
It's a hell of a time.
Be
6900
Tower
Tower
Road.
DoubleTree.
I will not be guest bartending at this con. I'm telling you that right now. That's
costs money.
that's Colorado Horror Festival. That's where I'll be
Well,
guest
we were
bartending.
Oh.
We're trying. With if I could do that comedy show, Jeff wanted to do a show again this time.
How much?
Hey, we
that
can make.
patio is all full of furniture because they renovated it. But
sure.
I'm trying. Maybe
Let's-
we'll see.
Because I would guess bartend. I would do like 5 specialty drinks. I'd make it fun. I'd make it entertaining.
I know we should.
I dig it. I dig it.
My
My wheels are spinning.
As
Sorry,
you're always spinning.
I've been drinking.
Is the wheel in the sky
helped
still
with
burning?
that.
That's the question.
Yeah, I know. They've got medication for that. So, out of all of the things that you have done,
Yes, sir.
out of all of the collections that you've perused, that you've picked up, that you've sold, what is the biggest miss?
Yeah, what's your?
Oh, that's a good question.
What's
'cause
your
people always
fucking
ask me, what was
heartbreak?
school thinking about? Oh,
No. What is the biggest miss? Because I
recently?
know my biggest miss.
No,
Recently
of
or-
all time.
Of all time.
Sure,
Oh,
we can
and
do,
recently.
we can do
Fuck
both.
it, yeah.
Both.
Well, my dad's still mad at me about this gold coin collection I didn't get from this old man. He was so disrespectful to me, dude. Like, I was probably like 30 years old at the time.
Okay.
And I know what I'm doing. You
No.
know, obviously, I was raised to do this. He just did not.
Didn't get it.
Yeah, I battled that a lot when I was younger. You know, my
Pride,
dad's
yeah,
a very
pride.
big, strong man. He's very knowledgeable, very smart. you
He
know.
has a presence. Even like
He
the
has a
other day,
presence.
when we were sitting out, hanging out
He's
at
like
the
Darth
counter.
Vader. You can feel him before
You
he gets
did.
there.
When he came and hung out with us a couple weeks ago when I was picking up the T-shirts,
Yeah.
it was just cool to like bullshit with your dad because he never does that.
Right.
And it was just so cool to like have that interaction with
And it's
your
weird
dad.
when you're a big intimidating guy like he is.
Yes.
Like, he
Bro.
feels like people don't want to approach him. It's
No.
weird.
True story.
But he's got kind of a reputation.
I
You
was-
don't want to fuck with this
Yeah,
man.
I was at the store once, and he walked by, and I was like, "Oh, hey, sir," and he like grunted, and I was like, "Oh,
That means
Actually-
hello.
was that was for me?"
Yes.
To be honest, I'm more scared of
I'm
your
alive.
mom
Yeah.
than your dad.
Yeah.
Your dad is
Yeah.
cool,
To
but
be
your
married to
mom.
that guy?
Yo.
Oh no.
Your mom straight shot me down one time. I brought
Those
in like
looks.
a card collection before like cards are big now.
Yeah.
But before cards were big, she was like, "I don't want that shit."
Yeah.
She said that to me.
She held the register down
She
for
was
years, dog.
so-
She ran the front.
So thug. I was like,
Catching kids.
Oh,
stealing.
gee.
Love
And
that
she's
shit.
Like, James, this kid's stealing. I have to go run up there.
Oh gee.
"Go clock that mother."
So
pretty
OG.
much.
So what,
All right, Mom.
what are your big misses? So you
Oh
got
yeah,
the Colt
Sorry.
so
coins.
I had a 1941 play ball full set come in.
Oh.
Joe DiMaggio,
Yeah.
Ted Williams, beautiful cards. I've probably seen them twice in my life.
Yeah.
Anything pre-war, so anything before World War II, it's gold. I mean, I
And
also
rare as fuck.
with Planet Toys, we bought a huge comic collection. Ended up only coming with half of it. We flew to Rochester, New York. It was one of the coolest buys I ever was a part of. We bought a huge Marvel run. Everything Silver Age Marvel from Fantastic Four up. But it was a lower grade Smitty collection, so it was like
So rags.
More than I ever
Right.
had.
So
Shit.
what I like
So bathroom editions.
exactly, which is cool, but in the time of 2001, nobody really gave a shit.
No.
But I had a Batman restored 8.0 #1 and a Superman 8.0 restored #1. The gentleman who restored them is the current restorer for CGC, who does other cleaning and pressing.
Good
He's
work.
world-renowned comic restorer.
Yeah.
8 O's, purple labels. He priced them at $5,000 a piece at the time, and I thought they were way overpriced. Now, dude,
That's chump change, right?
I don't. You know, but
Because what's cool
still.
about the 8.0 and the Superman, the Batman I like better than the Superman. First Joker appearance is Batman #1, and the presentation of it was just beautiful. I mean, an 8.0 restored looks like a 10.0.
So when they base an 8, is it like how much of that is on cover alone?
A lot of it.
Like 75 to 80%.
Wow. Okay. That's
Because then it isn't until like after the 80% that you get into the pages.
Right.
If there's fretting, if there's chipping, what's the condition of the pages? Are they
Yeah,
off
yeah,
white?
yeah.
Are they white? How is
Skin
is
tone-
it complete?
Skin
Yeah.
tone alone will,
Yeah.
give it foxing. So foxing is
Yep.
when a white page would go brown over time.
Okay.
Oxidization.
Right.
Oxygen's a bitch, dude. So gravity and oxygen are both.
Right.
Number one killer.
So
Yeah.
change your bags of boards.
Right.
Motherfucker.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Exactly.
When I always
Card
can
sleeve,
tell.
coin vinyl, all
Yeah.
that.
It's hilarious because when I would pick up old collections, you get those guys that come in with like the yellow bags. And
Oh,
you're like,
dude.
oh my
Greasy.
god!
And I get it, dude. Buying supplies sucks. I mean,
Yes.
it's like you feel like you're not buying anything, but,
But
really,
you are. It's an
You are.
investment. You need to invest in
And that's been the new rarity of supplies with this COVID deal in China and shipping right now. The toy industry's been hit really hard. PJ, you know about
petroleum, man.
Yeah, and anything with plastics, dude. So petroleum, anything.
Card sleeves.
Card sleeves are
motherfucker.
I got a big shipment in. Gonna have a full inventory at the expo.
Nice.
I'm bringing more
Good.
supply. I'm bringing 2 tables collectibles and supplies.
You know what? And I always,
I always wanted to be top loader guy at the con. We're just
now-
selling fucking a top loader. And so,
Boom.
dude, just here you
Those
go.
guys made bank. What are you kidding about?
I know.
And you want to put your
And
picture
so
in
no
a hard
one's bitching
sleeve?
at you about anything. Here's your top loader. Get
It
the
is.
fuck out of here.
Here's your picture with David
Sign.
Tennant. Just put it right in. There you go.
Yeah. Doesn't get easier than that. Like, you fucking know you need it. Just buy
You need it. Just get it.
Get it.
What about you personally? I mean,
Yeah.
you and I have gone back and forth on our collections.
Dude, now anymore, man. I don't. It's all in the store. I am detached.
So you've been able to pull that off.
Yeah. So that Amazing Spider-Man #1 you have, you see at the store,
Yes.
yeah.
is
I've
about the
seen it.
closest thing I would say that's mine. And I cannot believe that I haven't sold that at $10,000.
I'm gonna tell you
That is
the
a
reason
steal right
why
now.
you haven't sold it.
Because nobody can come up with $10,000.
No, it's because you got a picture of it in your.
right. Yeah, right. I got that bitch locked up. You got to make like a special appointment with me.
Yeah.
And I got to see if you're like worthy of the piece.
If you're looking for a
It's a
Spider-Man
three-point
#1, he has it. Appointment only.
Oh, my
Otherwise,
cheeks hurt.
it's just a Xerox.
I need a.
We
what
do-
is it
we do
called?
have some
When you have to do a
listeners-
presentation. What's it called when you have to? I don't live in the corporate world. Like it's called something. When you have to do a presentation. To
Your
someone.
PowerPoint.
Yeah, PowerPoint. Thank
PowerPoint.
you. I need a PowerPoint 3-point presentation.
yeah.
Why you should own this comic
Yeah.
book.
Oh my
Why
God.
you should look at this.
So what's cool about it, and I love it, it's Amazing Spider-Man. It's not super rare. It's not his first appearance, but it's
No.
his first ongoing book. But it's Stan Lee autographed front inner page, so old Stan
Oh.
Lee. So not this
Original.
new blue. So the thing, Jack Kirby was a big advocate of this. He would never sign a cover of a comic book. It's like you don't sign on your artwork.
You're
Salvador, you never
fuck
see
it,
Salvador
yeah.
Dali or Picasso sign on the middle of their painting.
Nope.
Like Stan Lee would do to all this beautiful artwork. So he did this old school sign up front inner page. It's great.
Well, to be fair, my
Good call.
Wolverine #1 that's by Miller and Claremont is on the inside cover.
Yeah,
My
Miller's like that. dude.
Miller's like that. I mean,
love
even
that
like
about
my
him.
Batman 400 with Man-Bat first appearance, Neil inside cover. I mean, everything that I
Neil, he'll do both, but he's got a very clean autograph.
Yes, he does. But I mean, later on in Stan Lee's signing career, I mean, I saw him trash a Fantastic Four #1.
Yeah, he's like,
I know.
fuck your buck.
I sent Stefan up because Stefan gets to the front of the line.
Yes.
a handicap pass.
He's got his NDA.
Yeah, so he said he
Or
saw
80, excuse
he'd
me.
go up there all day and he saw just people getting Fantastic Four #1, Amazing Fantasy 15,
Same
gold
shit.
paint pin, half zombified Stanley. If I could just, ugh.
It was tough there at the end, and I feel
mean,
bad.
Autographs are cool. You're buying it because of the rarity of the book.
Yes.
So remember that.
Or the
Autographs
rarity
are-
of the signature.
Right, autographs are almost two different things. Like I love autographs on photos, memorabilia, but not on cards and on comic books.
Well, and
That's just me, though.
This is kind of something that we've talked about and we've gone back and forth on as far as if it means something to you,
Right.
and if it's
I think-
value to you.
Isn't it weird that we're in this aesthetic society where it's not really personal anymore?
No.
When you're like waiting in line for 4 hours, I don't like waiting in line for anything.
For nothing.
But going to a Comic-Con in the old days, I don't know how it'll be going forward, but you wait a 2-hour line to get in the morning. Then you got to go into a stand to another fucking line.
Yeah.
And then another line for Stan Lee.
You're standing
missed
in
the whole
line all day.
And by the way,
Missed the whole
I got
con.
a booth I just paid $3,000 for, and that customer never came to my booth because he was in fucking line all day.
Actually, you know, the funny thing is that right there, that Prado art behind you,
Yeah.
that was compliments of my ex-wife. She got to the front of the line.
Nice.
She did her thing. And there wasn't like an extremely long line, and nobody knew who Prado was at the time, so it kind of worked out. But it is like in those rare instances that unless you're ahead of the curve,
Yeah, people are running to the artist line. I mean, you're
Yes.
running to, and it's just the way the
and,
availability
and
of
their
it is.
books load up, so you can't get like the blank covers, and the blank covers cost more money than like a regular like sketch cover does.
So I think I'm
And
out-
It's getting nuts.
In my own personal opinion, I think I'm out on the con scene with all C's. I'll be more on the expo show scene.
I like that. I like
You know what I
that.
mean?
And I think the
I
expo.
like community.
Yeah.
No, and the expo is perfect. The community is where it and that's what built.
It's a lot of work doing a con, too, dude. By dragging all that, especially in Denver, we got unionized.
You gotta
City of
like
Denver.
put your shit together.
Oh,
or-
dude, it's a big. I can't even
Dude,
move
it
my
is a
shit in there.
beast.
I can't even move my own boxes there because the union has to move your shit.
Yeah.
Serious?
Yeah.
You
See,
have to
I
wait
can't
for them to
road
bring
touch
it
my
to
own
you.
stuff, dude.
And then you got to wait for them to take it out.
Yes.
And then they drop it.
But I have gone around that. We're literally carrying shit out the front doors.
Yeah,
I
I've
bring
had that
10
too.
people and we train that shit.
Yeah,
and
I've
I
had
make
that.
somebody sit at the car at my parking lot.
It's great.
Wellington parking lot.
I love it.
Again, I want to be in your entourage.
You're in the entourage.
Oh, good.
It's not like you want to be. You're in the
All right.
entourage.
Well, then, when do I get the hallucinogens? And
Take the red or the blue.
You want
when
the
do
red-
I get into the
red pill?
Matrix?
You want the blue pill?
I'll take both. Fuck it.
Shit. My,
See what happens.
John Belushi over here. Why'd you know?
Do you have a favorite collectible?
Oh, gosh.
Wow.
I mean, I love cards and I love comics both.
You are a card guy.
I am a card guy.
How you rattle off cards is how I rattle off issue numbers.
Yeah,
and
and
it is very savant.
So I would say you're right. I'm more of
And
a card guy.
you are a card guy.
I know comics by visual recognition.
Yes.
So I can't, like Vision first appearance. I know the Vision cover and the Avengers. It's Avengers 52?
West Coast Avengers.
West Coast Avengers?
No, Vision. Just
Oh,
Vision.
the first
Vision,
Vision Avengers?
sorry.
Yes.
It's
you are
Avengers
correct.
52, right?
Yes.
Is that right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, see, I'm not confident about that, but if you ask me a sports rookie card of anybody, I'll tell you confidently.
Boom.
All right, let's
Mickey
So-
Mantle,
so,
vintage tops, it's easy, but Bo
try 'em.
Jackson, 86 tops.
try
traded.
him. Wade Boggs, rookie.
83 tops.
Oh, fuck, I just came.
But see, I know it's weird. Comics are more visual for me. I think that's how I learned them. Comics are a visual, where cards are more analytical.
Wow.
Joe Sakic, rookie card.
89, 90 tops, or OPG. The tops is better that year than the OPG.
Really? Because I got the O-Pee-Chee graded.
OPG's always better, usually, because
Yes,
it's Canadian
because
version.
he's got the
But by 89,
Canadians.
everybody was wise to that shit, so they bought all the OPG.
All right. Everybody knows this, but I don't know this. What's the best Ken Griffey rookie card?
Oh, 89 Upper Deck. Changed the sports card industry. It's an
Yeah.
easy one.
What's the
That's
second
good
best?
operating.
Softball.
Second best Griffey.
For Griffey, Topps Tiffany. So Topps traded the Tiffany glossy set. So they would sell a limited edition glossy set. Super rare.
All right. So value, Tom Selleck, Mr. Baseball
Yeah.
card. Who's in the background?
Oh, jeez. Well, because that's not a real card. That's like a
Is,
broder.
isn't it though?
No, it is a card because he would never be in a Detroit Tigers uniform.
Well, you only like because in a Hawaii 5-0, or not Hawaii 5-0,
Magnum.
Magnum PI.
Magnum
Thank
PI.
you.
So this is his one
I hate
film.
that show because my dad used to watch that shit all the time as a kid. In syndication, Magnum PI.
Yeah.
Fucking
That's
Tom Selleck.
fire.
So it's Frank Thomas. Frank Thomas is in a Detroit Tigers uniform in the background of Tom Selleck.
Oh, that 91 Upper Deck card?
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
There
Thank
it
you.
is.
Yes, I forgot about that card. 91 Upper Deck. Back to
Yeah.
the magic year of 91.
What's the one with the
That's
dude?
also with the Michael Jordan baseball card.
It is, and it
Ah.
came with the
Played
same
baseball.
set.
Yes, he just went to
There
batting
it is.
practice.
Yeah.
Another
So it was
pivotal
it's
card.
kind of like one of those off ones that you'll never see Frank Thomas in a Detroit Tigers uniform, and it's kind of one of those like weird little cards.
Yeah, sports cards are like, they're very analytical. Like, you can figure out sports cards
Yeah.
somewhat easily.
You were telling me
You gotta
about
put work
that
in it.
one card that was so big because the dude at the bottom of the baseball bat butt had like
89 Fleer, the Bill Ripken card.
Bill Ripken.
See, and this is why
I was gonna go because I knew exactly.
I
what
want
it
to
was.
bore everybody listening, but this is where cards and comics do come together. Because
Yes.
this is the time, remember, 89, 90, 91. Before Magic, before Pokemon, sports cards spurred gaming cards. That's why we have TCG cards.
That's
Because you
it.
can figure out
Right.
you can make a cardboard, a piece of nothing, dude.
Yeah.
Thousands of dollars.
And I
it was because,
fucking bought
because
it.
his Bill Ripken card came out with a fuck face on the bottom of the bat. Fleer freaked out.
That was
Supposedly
it.
didn't know. And they made a whiteout version,
Which is
then
bullshit.
a black box version, then a black scribbly version. Made 10 different versions to correct it because they didn't know how to correct it back then. They didn't have Photoshop. And
How
shit.
much is the different versions worth? Would you
Oh, I
say?
haven't looked
couple
lately.
couple
I haven't-
$100.
Yeah, that white
Golly.
scribble one's worth like a couple
Bro,
thousand.
I remember in your store, and I'm sorry for broing and pointing at you like this. You got in a couple sealed boxes.
$300 for a pack of
Science is science. But I mean, if you think about it, I mean, the bubble will burst.
Well, that's
but
what people,
just like
people are
real
bitching about
estate and
Venom
everything
number 3,
else,
First
right?
Noel being $300, but I see it being $300-$400
Yeah.
all day on eBay. Comics, dude, are not overprinted right now, man. So
No,
it's
that's
a great time to be a
rare
comic book
as
collector.
shit.
And you just like Venom, you just lucked out. I mean, That Donny Cates
You
run
fell
fucking made you score, dude.
backwards
Lethal-
on
And that's
that
just because you
one.
like to read
Yeah.
Venom comic books.
Buy
That's the
yourself
beauty.
a Lethal Protector number 4 with
Yes.
first appearance of Screek.
Right.
That's what I'm
Buy
saying.
anything
And
Venom.
that's what it was. I mean, because back in the day, you were reading because you like to read.
And it still happens.
And it still happens. You get
Yeah,
those
I
odd,
love reading books, dude.
oddballs.
We yeah. I mean,
Walking
what?
Dead, and then Robert Kirkman kind of changed that, right? Invincible right now.
Well, and even to keep with your card conversation, because you've got the back of X-Force #1, which was so overprinted.
Even with the
the-
Deadpool
the
card.
Deadpool
and
nobody
even
card.
with the Deadpool card, everyone is hunting these cards that are in the back of comic books that
Well,
were
so
just
Here's the grading.
so
The
tossed
grading
in there.
phenomenon made this go nuts. So
Yeah.
back at we'll grade that Deadpool card. It's his rookie card,
as his
and
rookie
we're tying
card.
sports back. This is what I love
They
about comic.
graded as a rookie card?
Yeah,
I
they
love
do.
it. And I was talking to Bobby Lashley about this with wrestling. The collectible industry to wrestling to sports to comic books, it's all the same.
It's
And
one
everyone's not different
culture.
from each other.
Yeah.
It's one culture. And whether you play fantasy football or whether you play Dungeons and Dragons, you're still a nerd at heart.
Yep.
Fantasy football guy thinks he's cool because whatever.
He can run
Yup.
stats.
He can run stats, but so can D&D
You're
guy.
still a fucking geek,
Right.
right?
He's doing the same shit.
Amen.
And-
I
and
love
you-
geeks.
And you play the same game.
Exactly.
How do they follow you? How do they stalk you? Where do they need to go besides my top 5 to find out more about All Seas Collectibles?
Well, we do this little podcast every week. You guys are on it. It's the All Seas Collectors Edition podcast.
It is the All Seas Collectibles.
And we like to update you on markets on there. Don't forget about producers or anything. It's my podcast.
It is your
Absolutely.
podcast.
I am the host, and I am the guy who runs that ship.
the man, the myth,
With a
and the
heavy,
legend.
heavy
the
hand.
one and only. With the
Man.
heavy hand.
This fucking
Also,
He's like the claw in Inspector Gadget.
yes,
He's just
oh, you should see my bubbles. You've seen bubbles. He's my profile picture right now. He looks just like his cat.
That's why I brought it up.
I know. I
just
love it, dude. I
so
love
good.
Claw.
money.
Our Facebook handle's All Seas Collectibles, and then All Seas South, All Seas Collectibles South will be the name of the news store
Okay.
on the Facebook page when you get to that.
And we will be there.
News on the All Seas Fan Expo. We have a Facebook page for that, an event, and more to come, man.
Got all
Instagram
seas
props.
on Instagram, all seas on YouTube. I'm,
run that
I'm,
shit.
I'm doing
Yeah,
this
Pat runs
because
this
I
for
put
me.
it out there.
Great props to PJ Pop Culture. Check out PJ Pop Culture.
Thank you, thank
One of my
you.
big sponsors. We work great
Yeah.
together.
If you're looking for good marketing, especially if you got good product like
Yes.
All Seas, I'm happy.
Yes.
And
He
and
runs all my
5280
Instagram-
Geek is happy to back you.
He
on
runs all my Instagram, all my Facebook, a lot of it, all the imaging on Facebook.
that. I try.
The
Thank
fan,
you very
All
much.
Seas Fan
Thank
Expo
you.
#1. Pat was there filming that bitch live.
was.
He'll be here this year. I'll make you get off your booth. and
I
make you go do it.
will get away
Are you
from the
kidding?
table.
Him and I are going to be running around. Why do you
Good.
think we have Red and Suzy Q's?
You know, I'm like
hash-
everywhere, dude.
Definite.
So
I can't sit down at that
just so
thing.
you guys know, come check out All Seas Fan Expo. I will
Yes.
have a exclusive PJ Pop Culture Princess Kitana cosplay who will be there for photo opportunities, anything. All you have to do to get a picture
will?
with Princess Kitana is follow her
sanctioned this?
at Strings
I
and
didn't do
Brews.
that.
Surprise!
Yeah, I had no idea about this. What the hell?
I've been putting shit together.
Who is this?
I like it.
It's my good friend Sharon. I call her Shrunk because she is the designer. She is the
Alright.
lead guitar player of oh gosh,
Oh, I've met her before.
it's a band. Yes, Shran. She's a metal chick. You'll love her. I'd love
Alright.
to have her on the show
We
sometime.
will have her on the show then.
But she will be there
And
dressed as Princess
Wakeman,
Kitana.
Wakeman Films
Yes.
will do the pictorial in our new fancy studio.
Oh, by the way, props to the 5280 Geek Studios.
Thank
This
you.
is pimp.
Thank you.
This is classy.
Thank you. We're working hard.
I know, dude. I see it. I see
Thank
the
you.
gains. It's beautiful.
It's a
I love you being in the 2225 neighborhood.
Yeah,
You know what I
sure,
mean?
definitely.
Is your zip code 80012?
80014.
that's
we're
my
close.
neighborhood.
I'm 1 2, but we
80014.
right here.
I literally live like
Yeah, you're on the other side of
right
the
over
community.
there. So.
That's where I live on the other
You
side.
live right over
But it's
here.
80012, like the store.
Yeah.
That's right up there, like a block away.
Yeah, you're a block
When
away.
you're a jet till the.
It's our hood, baby.
All that shameless plugging. Yes. So give us a like. Give us a share.
Follow All Seas.
Follow
Follow
All
us.
Seas. By all means, because hit us all up. If you do need marketing or retail experience, by all means, you have a table full of it in front of you. And Wakeman Films, who is behind the camera, who we could not do without.
Swing.
We missed him in the last couple of episodes, even though we had his stand-up.
Love
Um, You will see
He
more
hung,
from
he hung
us.
tight. You told me this was going to be a 30-minute podcast.
You know,
I thought you were
4
crazy.
hours later.
We could go for 5 hours
We
longer.
can do this all fucking day. I don't
because
give a
there's
damn.
so many questions I didn't even ask.
And this is good mojo.
It's all right. I'll be back.
I love
Well,
it.
you will be back. You will be like Brett Leader 1 and a couple of others. We will have Barry on the podcast. We will have Monty Moore. We will have Travis. We have much more interviews to come, in addition to our normal nonsense. And we have a toy opening for Points of Articulation coming up as we refresh. So, yeah.
Yeah.
And to the toy open. Well, that was quite the interesting interview with James. And again, if you have not visited All Seas, go check out the comic book shop. The big takeaway from that, though, is the All Seas Fan Expo.
Oh, yes.
Free.
70 plus vendors
Free.
and artists.
Free.
Plus the celebrities.
Free. Dude.
Plus we're going to be there.
We're going to be there.
Shit, that's all
In
the reason.
spades. Red's going to be there. Our sponsor, Susie Q's,
Suzy Q's.
will be there. Wakeman's running the camera. He's wandering around. Hold on. Wakeman's doing a ninja thing.
How much is it going to be, Smurf?
Free. See, Wakeman's upset because we imposed him on the last review. Whoopsie. You know what I loved about that the best was the Wakeman. Yeah! We got the Wakeman double
I'll
thumbs
have
up.
you know, Wickman, I scoured your Facebook and stalked till I found the most perfect image I could impose you on. There were
It
so
was
many
great.
really good ones to choose from, but that one with Superman shirt and the double thumbs up, finger
worked.
guns.
I very much enjoyed that.
Oh,
That's what I kept telling you. Like, have you seen it? Have you seen it? Have you seen it? And you're like, no, not yet. I'll look at it. I know I was getting to be a bitch. Like,
That's-
have you seen it? Have you seen it?
that's the stuff the babies are made from.
That's right.
Yeah.
Those images and
Yes.
paper cuts.
And if you missed it before, PJ and I, PJ Pop Culture, are enjoying The Brass Monkey, which was in last week's interview with Xander Smith, who was literally off the chain, amazing.
Most excellent interview.
Holy crap. That was just me holding on. I mean, he basically just took shotgun
It's a hell of a roller coaster.
on the interview.
Yeah.
And I was just, it's been a while since I've been interviewed. And
Yeah.
I felt like that's what was going on.
Bro, I felt like that. I was behind the camera. I was like,
I was like, all right.
are we going to jail?
I don't think anybody really cares about me at this point. Everyone is. I've been around for
So anyways, PJ.
for lots. For so long.
Well, I can't.
Well, I'm not Bombshell. Welcome to Points of Articulation. I really feel like we need like a Reading Rainbow style.
You know, I was just thinking that as you put your hand down, I was like, I could totally make something that's like from his hand and then just
Exactly.
get larger.
That, or if we can't get the rights for that, maybe the.
It's a rainbow. What kind of rights are there behind a rainbow?
No idea. The Muppets Red Curtain. Just
Oh.
have that shit come open.
Could also do like a dramatic middle finger. If you just
I like that.
do that, I'll just Photoshop out your actual hand and then I'll just make it go like, whoop.
Yeah. Fuck you, toys.
So
Just
before we
kidding.
get to our big opens, which we have a stack, we are posing something very interesting this week.
The ultimate question.
The ultimate question. Well, it's been in a box.
Cripes, man. Do you even love your toys
I
anymore?
do. The problem is I have so many of them. So what you see before you is a Max figure from the McFarlane toy line. This is circuit 1990. I'm going to say 5.
6?
Okay, 96.
So 5, yeah, because it would have came out the year before.
Here's the question, and we're actually asking help from the viewers out there for this week's Points of Articulation, to open or not to open. Because there's a lot of things good, but there's also a lot of things bad about this particular figure in its current condition. And if anything, it's whether to open or not. And if we open it, of course, she's going to become a fixture in the studio, which is my original intention. And it was PJ's idea to kind of put this out there. Because in some instances, loose figures are just as valuable as they are in the packaging. Now, given the condition of this packaging, there's good sides and there's bad sides. Of course, like early on, McFarlane's Stick'ems didn't really hold on, so we lost the whole bottom half of the Spawn logo. And of course, the corners are a little frayed here and there,
But not bad.
but not bad.
I mean, you put that under a dictionary for a week, and
And
it'd be
it
pretty
would,
damn good.
It would be flattened out.
Yeah.
The other side of it is that it is a rare. Now, originally in the release of the Max figure, he came with 1, maybe 2 Izzes. Of course, this one has 4. There was an offer originally when this figure was released that you could mail in and get additional Izzes. And it was like 20 Izzes for $20. It was something ridiculous.
Solid deal.
And of course, I sent away for it. Never got my Izzes.
That's not still available, is this?
Wow, one funny
Got it
joke.
in, you
Ah,
got
you
it
got it in. Shots fired. But, so the question is, to open or not to open? We'll let you guys decide of whether or not I open up the Max.
I like that. So let's break it down to 3 major points.
3 major
All
points.
right. So first point
Mm-hmm.
would be for keeping it in the box. We would say the box is not that bad. I imagine this sticker could be replaced.
It
There's
could be
probably
replaced.
somebody on eBay. who's
You know
selling
what?
this
I
sticker.
could pull it off of one of my other Spawn figures.
Is it the Max one?
I don't know if, no, it's not the Max one, but I'm sure I could maybe find one. Maybe.
So, point 1 is box condition. Point 2
Yes.
is point 2 is
That's 3.
brass monkey. Is the figure worth more, regardless of packaging?
So I think
That would be point 2.
it is, because the given condition, just Max by himself, you can have all the extra Izzes you want, but since it's in the package with the extra
With
Izzes,
the 4, right?
that's kind of a curveball, especially with the multicolored Izzes, because most of them only came with the white Izzes, I believe, with the initial release.
You know,
but of course,
I wouldn't argue that. I wouldn't argue
what
that.
were you doing in '95?
I was probably not staying up late enough to watch this. And if I wasn't watching this. You know what I'm saying?
So that is a very valid question.
So that would be point 3, though.
Yeah.
If it's variant, you probably don't want to crack the variant, regardless of packaging.
It's true. So it is a very unique question. It's a very unique
Those are the three
setting.
things to I think upon before answering the poll of to open or
Not to open. So plastic poachers out there, let us know. And it's hard just
Or
enough
toy
to
hunters.
find the Max figure as it is.
Yeah.
How often have you seen a Max figure?
This is the first one I've seen in probably 10 years,
Wow.
to be
Okay.
honest. And I go to the store a
A
lot.
lot. Because I don't think I've even seen it in a shop, and he's kind of just rather plain. He's purple. He's got spikes. Sam Keith, of course, art. But let us know, and we'll go from there.
Mhm.
So there we go. In the meantime, let's get to this week's open,
This week's points of articulation. It's a big one this week.
because you are on a mission. I saw this bit of tastiness.
Yeah. So I'm going through like this crazy villains kick right now.
There's nothing crazy about villains. Villains are the best.
I'm getting all the He-Man villains for Masters of the Universe new.
Did you see
I see.
the Kevin Smith
Mm-hmm.
and the figures that are attached to that? Holy God! That
Fire.
knocked Mattel's dick in the dirt.
I'll still buy Mattel. I love you, Mattel.
Well, they're still by Mattel, but
Yeah.
the
classic.
the revisited.
Yeah, the revisited that's the cartoons we need, not
Yes.
that Thundercats Go shit
Oh,
or whatever the hell.
fuck's sake. Ah, true
And,
story.
and I'm sorry to say that for you Thundercats fans. But yeah, the mission is to build Bane and collect all the villains. I think this particular set for our points of articulation has 5 actually. If you include Bane, it's got
5 figures.
5 figures.
All right.
So my goal was to just go Christmas ham.
Okay,
Today's points of articulation.
it's your pony. I'll let you ride it. So go ahead and just
Well, what do you
shred
think?
that box.
I was thinking I'd like to keep the boxes somewhat intact.
Well, you want to keep the boxes
Yeah.
intact. Because,
And I'll add this because for resale value, if you do want to sell it, it's good to have the box. And for this particular one, Smurf, if you want to dig into one, I'll dig into one.
All right. Well, I got
You know,
Joker's head in a jar.
The McFarlane figures, they have the like figure stands and the collector card on the back, but it's sealed like into the packaging. So I leave that on there for
That's a good
collector
call.
purposes, right?
So we'll move that. Okay, so it comes with. So it's even sporting the collector's card.
Mm-hmm. So each figure comes with a collectible card, a stand, a figure stand, so you don't have to pay for a stand.
Well, you know, and to be fair, the Michonne that we have in the office from All Seas.
Mhm.
Thank you, James.
Thank
Without the stand, that thing does not stand.
It doesn't. It does not.
It is a mess, and we just lean it up against the monitor so it does not continue to fall down.
Yeah, so some of these figures are super top heavy, and you need a figure stand. Thing I like about McFarlane too is even with the Dawnbreaker figure that came out with this line previous to this one, it came with a flight stand because he always floated around. So
Right.
I always thought
This
that
is
was an extra
badass.
added touch. Yeah, so McFarlane, it doesn't mess around.
No.
As you will.
Well, as we know, with the Max figure that's down there below,
early McFarlane.
early McFarlane versus now McFarlane.
Today's McFarlane.
And I do have to admit that McFarlane has come a long way with his sculpts, with his quality of figures. I mean, the first Spawn figures were okay, but he's gotten so much better, and they don't the heads just don't break off when you're posing them.
Technology has gotten a hell of a lot better too. There's some extra fists in this packaging. So this is who the hell is who is this? This is Omega Batman, I think.
So that one is the Omega Batman for the
Yeah.
multiverse, number 4 in the set.
And I don't know.
I've got just regular Batman. Last Night on Earth.
The White Knight from the White Knight books.
Yes, the Sean. Oh, see, and I always worry about that
Art
because
by Greg Capullo.
No, Greg Capullo is the. Yes, you're right.
Artist,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're right.
Yeah.
And it's yeah.
And the
Jason
story
Derulo.
by Jason Derulo.
Who sings this? Give it 5 seconds, you'll know.
So this one's a little funky already.
This one is 2.
I feel like his legs are backwards.
Well, okay, so you know when I first saw this, I thought it was. See, and I like the head because it looks like one of the retro cartoons, but I honestly thought this was Batman Beyond when I first looked at this.
Which just came out.
It did.
So this is not the Batman Beyond, which is I forget what Build-A-Figure that is. It's some badass also. That's what McFarlane's really been good at with this line is just Build-A-Figures. As you can see, the legs of Bane alone are.
This is like wearing your dad's boots when you were a kid.
Like, this is my dad's. I don't know. What's fly fishing galoshes.
Yeah. Oh yes, your waders.
Waders, thank you.
Uh-huh.
So this guy, I feel like his legs are a little crunchy. For you toy collectors who are having trouble with legs, dip these bad boys in hot water,
Loosen them right up.
loosen them up, mold them to the position you like, and you're good to go. So this is just a weird ass figure, dude. His head.
It is. His head doesn't move.
His head is way smaller than the rest of his body.
Okay, what I like about this now, I loved the Scott Snyder Capullo art and the story. All of it was great, but Joker's head in a jar.
So I love that. He basically carries that around while he wanders
The
the
Earth.
apocalyptic Earth. Right?
He's like Kane.
And it like talks to him, right?
It's
super
it's like
awesome.
it's like the phone in Walking Dead, you know, where Rick is suffering from.
Yeah, or remember we had the cop in Sin City when he's going to bury him in the tar pits, and
Yeah.
the dead cop's talking to him.
So okay, I like the Batman.
So I keep wanting to call him Nightmare Batman for some reason. He's obviously not from the Snyderverse,
But yeah,
there's similarities.
there are some similarities, and I really Okay, the sculpt and the points of articulation on this are actually pretty good. I thought I broke them when I first moved it, but
Just a little loose.
just a little loose. This is
22 points? Yeah.
Yeah.
McFarlane has 22 points of articulation.
this is some solid frickin' sculpting.
It's not bad.
I think I win on that one. I think he's the better figure than your knight.
Yeah.
And then of course you have Bane's fist,
Look at his fist.
literally bigger than Batman's head.
And here's Bane's head,
Oh, see,
which makes sense.
which does make sense. Okay, so we'll put him there. Next
Next
up,
up, I'm gonna go ahead and let you take
Oh.
this. This is a beautiful Wonder Woman figure.
so this is kind of like the. This is also from the Snyderverse not the Snyderverse you guys are thinking of with Justice League, but Scott Snyder, the author,
From the
and Capullo
White Knight.
from the White Knight, and then you have Capullo doing the art. This is Wonder Woman's figure, and this is absolutely awesome.
Flight stand again.
Oh, see,
Or
so
this is the Scarecrow.
for the
figure.
Scarecrow that comes with it,
And
that
he
kind
kinda
of
like-
runs piggyback on. it.
Yeah, and he can, I guess, float around. I guess.
I guess
Pretty cool.
he's kind of like a wraith.
Yeah.
Same thing for Wonder Woman. Of course, it does come with the card and the figure base at the bottom. So we'll just toss those off to the side. Now, the Wonder Woman is also strapped in for her
Juiciness.
her safety. Because we just can't have Amazons running around.
No, that would be dangerous for everything. Also, for any children watching, that was absolutely the most unprofessional way to use any sort of knife. So don't do what I did.
Cut away from yourself.
Yeah, never cord your eyeball. Also, don't drink brass monkey while playing with knives. Here's Bane's body.
I think he's huge. That looks like a mannequin out of Macy's.
The old man laughed me. You got me.
I got you.
You got
Dad
me.
joke. Oh, okay. So, all right. So, the sculpt on Wonder Woman isn't bad. I like the cape aesthetic because it looks like Superman's cape, and
It's a little beat up, a little war torn.
right, the sheath for the sword, it does have a plug,
So it does connect.
so it does connect,
That's solid.
which is kind of cool.
I would say that is tits. That's if you ask me.
Um,
Maybe too much.
What is tits?
I don't think maybe that's not gonna catch
probably
on.
not
Not
gonna
gonna
catch
catch on.
Not gonna catch
Well,
on.
it's cool.
It is
I do
cool.
like that.
But I don't know if I'm a fan of the.
The Mohican hair.
Yeah.
I dig it. I dig it. Her battle. She's battle ready, man.
And again, here we go with the plagued, because she's so top heavy. You
It's
really
the
need-
capes and things,
Yeah.
the accessories.
Oh,
But it's not horrible.
not horrible, and I do
And-
like the Spartacus sword that she comes with. You know what's missing?
What's missing?
It's shield.
Shield.
I think a shield would have been a much welcomed.
Addition.
Yeah.
You know what you could do is you could kit bash the McFarlane Wonder Woman from the movie,
Mm.
add that shield to this, and bada bing.
I mean, all in all, holy crap, she's got
She's an Amazon.
she's got Batman by a full head,
a foot.
a full foot.
She'll knock your fucking eyes straight.
But I do, you know what? I do like the double hinge on the knee. We got the same thing on the elbows,
Wrists got full
wrists,
universals.
even ankles.
Ankles, toes.
The toe, I'm still trying to get used to.
That's for like getting down on one knee with
Where
those
the-
poses.
Like the full Amazon run that we saw in
yeah.
the Snyderverse.
For those action figure guys, like I've seen some pretty amazing poses with these figures.
I've done a few, but I've never really thought to myself, hey, you know what would make this pose a lot easier? A toe joint.
Oh yeah.
I never.
Let's do that.
Let's do that.
So I have a Scarecrow from the White Knight universe, and he's basically like a corpse kept alive, and he's like plugged into something.
Venom? A mat? Or
I don't know. Oh, here we go.
fear gas?
Check that shit
Okay, that's pretty cool. That is an amazing sculpt.
out. So
That's pretty sick.
I mean, it's gruesome, man.
That's kind of like old school McFarlane, like House of Horrors stuff that he used to do.
Oh yeah.
That is amazing.
It's just like he's like kept alive with this friggin' mask. The scarecrow. And he's still got the noose around his neck.
Okay, so as good as that is, and he comes with the main torso.
The torso. Yeah.
So the problem is, for him to really be utilized, you need the rest of Bane. Because he clips onto the back of Bane.
He does. However, he does have that flight stand. So you could just have him
kind of floating
there.
Eh.
Like a Ghostbuster goes. A librarian.
He totally looks like a librarian.
But I like that his long fingers and syringes filled with fear fluid. Super dope figure. So that's the Scarecrow. But the whole purpose of buying this whole damn okay, so I'm gonna argue this point too. Here's what I like about McFarlane. Now the Build-A-Figure ones, these were $24.99 a piece versus the $19.99 a piece. But you only need 4 to complete the 5th figure versus Marvel Legends, which is typically 5 to 6.
It's true.
So you're spending, I don't know, $20 less, $30 less. And you're not getting a bunch of figures that maybe you don't give a shit about, that they're just trying to push because you want a toe. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So, of the last Marvel Build-A-Figure, which one was that?
So the newest, most latest is Mr. Hyde from the Shang-Chi release of the MCU.
Which we have no idea how that's going to work. We don't know what characters are
I think they just kind of threw
cannon
them in
fodder.
there. Yeah, I think, you know how like each Marvel Legends set has like stuff, especially MCU, has stuff from the movie universe, and then they throw in a comic universe character.
It's true.
So I think that's what the Mr. Hyde is. Out of that whole set, that's literally the only figure I give a shit about.
The Hyde. They really haven't done a whole lot of Hyde figures.
Maybe they haven't found him.
Not in plain sight.
Cheers.
Cheers. So, two
That's
funny
two.
jokes.
But anyways, that's my soapbox.
There you go. So now
we build Bane.
because really, when you think about it, for the plastic poachers, for the ones that are out there that are doing it, unless you're really opening the figures to have a complete Bane figure, you're spending a lot of money on what?
I think with this set,
Because it really hasn't been a decent Bane figure.
yeah, I mean, this is Bane. I mean, here,
This is-
I'm gonna
this-
let you do that one because that stings.
Because there really hasn't been, in my memory, good God, a decent Bane figure.
I don't think I've ever seen.
I
I can't think of one.
I remember a Bane figure that came with the movie with Poison Ivy and Mr. Freeze and all that back in. Good God.
I wasn't even a fan of that one.
No, because it was horrible.
There was a Bane that came out from Mattel that you'd see at like Walgreens and stuff like that once in
Right.
a while.
But tell me more.
Yeah.
Sometimes you would see that and I liked it.
Oh my
Sometimes I
God.
didn't.
Well done. Let's have some forearms on you.
Yeah, you get some guns when you put together McFarlane Build-A-Figures. Good luck getting the legs on, Smurf. I'm gonna let you tackle that
Okay.
too. Fuck.
It is an honor.
I can't honestly. I think this is probably the best Bane figure on the market.
I like the Venom coming off of this instead of doing the bad tank. Oops, hand didn't stick.
Real fast though, I mean, it looks like you're putting it together. Like it looks really cool, but is it worth like the bane for the buck?
Bane for the buck. Yes.
I'm probably skipping ahead of things.
Well, I mean,
It may be the bane of your existence,
Oh,
putting it
shit.
together.
wow.
But it's worth it.
oh,
watch.
funny guy over
Look
here.
at the veins popping from the holes in the brains.
I really wish I could do Bane's voice right now.
Is it just grunting or?
No, well, this.
Bullshit.
Oh,
This is bullshit, Batman. I can do Arnold.
Train
I mean, for Bane, as long as you have something moving your face.
When I drink my breath monkey, I'm Bane.
Doesn't pick up. It's perfect.
I just spat on myself. Anyways,
Oh my.
you did it. Oh,
Let me cook that one
You
up.
adapted the dark.
I was born into
it. You adapted it merely.
Your fighting is trash. There it
That's
is.
pretty good.
It does kind of strike me very Gorilla Grodd-ish.
Although I did run into Gorilla Grodd the other day, and it is not nearly as good as I would have hoped.
Which is disappointing. So what we're gonna do is put the head on the coconut and mix it all up.
You put the bane in the oh, he's got that.
Look at you over there. Come and get me. I'm Bane. I will crush you. I will break the bat. Look at you now, you little sissy Mary. Come, get me. Here I am. Fuck you.
This actually does kind of strike me as like the Batman black and white Bane statue.
It is little. It definitely has a black and white.
It definitely has a black and white vibe to it.
I wouldn't be surprised if they came out with another Bane complete in its own box with maybe a different coloring.
And maybe you know what? I could probably see that. I don't know.
I was looking
How
for
he-
where he connects.
Because he's got a post hole in the back of him. Moi. But I don't see a peg hole unless it comes off as this hole. No.
Oh, it might, because it's kind of like over.
It's kind of, yeah.
We should do those action figures then.
I'm not
I'm not a pervert. I am not a pervert.
I'm not robbing you. I'm just really tall.
You know what? That is a thick figure.
It's a
Makes me
solid.
think of Nemesis almost from Resident Evil.
It does have kind of a Nemesis quality to
Like
it.
minus the face, like just the boots and the bigness.
Look at my tits, Batman. So,
Pectoralis major.
Well, and I don't know how well I've got it put together because I didn't hear like snaps or pops, but
here we go. Oh,
You see?
Off camera.
as PJ wrestles with his Bane,
That was a good one.
Really working at that.
yes,
Yeah. Get
that's
in
better
there.
than the gym.
Get in the hole. Are you too good for your hole? Home. Oh,
There goes that. Oh, I didn't notice this right away, but the fingers on Scarecrow are independent articulations.
Are they?
Yeah, look at that.
I thought it was just one big moldy.
No, I thought so too.
That's actually a lot of detail. You'd think that they wouldn't do that just because they'd be easier to break off.
Yeah, I think it'd just be one.
Yeah, just
Kind
that,
of
like
spindly.
loosely.
that extra fine detail is just like they really.
So this is actually okay. I'm a little more impressed with the Scarecrow figure now. Kind of upon further examination, that is some wicked detail. The thumb is fixed, but the independent fingers are not. That is kind of nifty. Okay,
I'm telling you what, you'll literally break a sweat putting these
I think you did.
hands. No, literally, if you look at my face, right now. There he is. Bane, Batman. Oh God, don't die.
Haven't heard of that one.
Infinite What is this? Omega Batman.
Omega Batman,
This one's Batman. This is
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman and the Scarecrow.
So what do you
Love
think of
that.
the set?
You're gonna pay that for this Build-A-Figure anyway, right?
Loose, yeah.
Right. So, might as well get all the figures with Bane.
Well, even the accessories, because we didn't pull all of the accessories out for Batman, because he's got like a baseball bat and some other stuff that goes with him. I think he's the best figure out of the set, because I have no idea. He just seems kind of silver hockey plainish.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and
Oh,
trash that one.
wait, he fell down.
He's yeah, I did that on purpose.
Wonder.
Oh,
Woman of Wonder is okay.
I like it's Warrior Wonder Woman.
It is Warrior
like
Wonder
battle
Woman.
worn.
And I kind of dig it.
I like her.
Yeah.
This looks like it would be in like a Resident Evil universe.
It does
too.
look like Resident
So you
Evil-ish.
could put it in multiple shots.
You're not,
Perfect.
you're not limited at all by just the DC universe. I like the noose. I like the mask, and of course the sculpt is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
But when you're looking at the set as a whole, these two are the winners, man. These guys far and away pull away from the batch.
That's your money though. I would bet that this guy would probably even go for 125
Yeah,
Right.
I still think that's
Sold.
even generous.
separately.
Yeah.
So
On his own, this is probably that is an imposing figure. That is impressive.
that's I'm gonna move him.
Oh,
We'll have the champions in the middle.
there we go.
And the Joker.
The Joker.
Talking Joker head in a jar.
This is perfect, especially like Batman out of the insane asylum with the straitjacket.
Oh,
It's
beautiful.
it's pretty impressive. All right,
Like
well,
even like the straps, right?
The straps.
The straps of the straitjacket become his cape.
the details,
shut
the
your
detail
mouth.
on Batman is pretty impressive. Way to go, McFarlane! You got some solid hits. 1 out of 5.
I'm gonna go. I'll go 5 out of 5 for Bane.
Okay, I agree with that.
For the set, I'll say 4 out of 5.
Set, I'm gonna probably do like a 3.5, just simply because I don't get that, and as cool and as posable as this is, I'm just
Yeah.
I'm wishing a little bit more.
I don't know. I guess I see there's more. Like, it really makes me think of Pan's Labyrinth. So I'm thinking of like a box like we were saying earlier, but instead you turn it upside down and pour some light into it and make it look like there's just some light and this thing is like creeping out, reaching out like this.
See, the creative
underwater.
photographer of the group.
And thank you.
And thank you very
That's
much.
why we have imagination. So yes, definitely pick them up if you like Batman. You can't miss on this Bane figure
No.
at all.
I would still I wouldn't kick any out of the collection for sure, but this
Yeah,
that's a solid piece of work.
I do know McFarlane does repaints and things like that, but I wouldn't. This is gonna be
You're
a
not
hot
gonna
piece for me.
You're not gonna see repaint on that.
Yeah, this is top
No
line.
reissues on that.
Big deal, big dog, and his fists are as big as my breath
Nose.
monkey.
My mouth full.
My muscles.
My ear.
All right, we got one more open. We'll
Should we move their
Well-
boogers off?
no, we're good. So recently, I bought a bust, and it felt so good for the statue enthusiasts. Oh, Batman Falls.
Dead.
So, first out of the gate, there are so few Doom statues, busts, and everything out there.
To be clear, Doctor Doom.
Doctor Doom. And recently in the comic books, Fantastic Four is about to hit his 60th anniversary, and the new story that is running is The Bride of Doom. There's been like 4 standout Doom pieces in my mind. There's one where he's standing on top of like a castle, like on top of like the Rook, and he's there. There's one where he's sitting at the throne, and it just is immaculate, and it is so Doom. He's probably one of the most underrated characters in the Marvel U, and I really wish that they would do more with him than what they have over the last couple of years. And of course, and it's not a Fantastic Four book unless Doom is related. So, Diamond, this is actually a Diamond Select piece. And we are looking at number 696 out of only 3,000. It's a resin bust, so it is a very small production run. And actually, I picked this up. I walked into Allseas. I'm picking up my books out of normal, and it's just sitting there in the glass. Sitting there in a case. And I walked by it, and I'm like, how many of those did you get? They're like, no, that's the only one. I like, box it. I'm taking that with me. So it has been unboxed because it was on display. But
You have to put a statue on display.
You have to put a statue on display.
You
You
can't-
can't sell it in the box.
How you gonna have a mint inbox statue?
They are out there. They do exist. But the problem with a mint inbox statue is it could be broken.
Exactly.
There could be a problem unless it's been inspected, it's been looked at, and things of that. So it does come with a COA, which a lot of the boxes and statues have kind of separated from. It really honestly depends from the manufacturer. Now we did do the Diamond Select Snake Eyes, which is him sitting on the Cobra, which is so stellar. And I think Diamond Select as a statue producer is very underrated. This wasn't that expensive. I mean, this was under a bill.
And from my experience, statues tend to hold their value.
If anything,
not go up.
usually go up.
Yeah.
So, as you're looking at this,
The bottom of the bust alone, all of the pipes and the steampunk kind of warehouse. I don't know how you describe that.
the industrial look.
And thank you.
The, the industrial steampunk look that the base lends to it. It really also fits with the early Bowen busts. If you're familiar with them, the scale and size goes very well with the early Bowen
My
busts.
Spider-Man. I was just gonna say it's my black suit Spider-Man.
Yes.
Very much like that.
So this is a perfect scale size to go in that line. Next up is the texturing. You may not be able to see it with the camera and all of that, but if you take a feel.
That feels like Suzy Q chainmail.
Yes, it's like a very very cool. Like you can feel the cross stitching of the hood,
Kevlar.
Kevlar.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it really lends to the aesthetic of the statue. Not to mention, of course, the mystic flames that Doom wields. In addition to, now the best part for me is the face sculpt. And if you look inside the hood,
The scarring
and everything else,
even around his eyes.
yes, Wakeman, you got to zoom in on that face
Wow.
sculpt, because I'm telling you right now, this, if you are looking for a piece, because everyone always is like, well, I want investment, I want something that looks cool. Don't let this baby get away. It's been recently released within the last month, and some of the shops may or may not have them. I'm sure they're still reasonably priced on eBay and a lot of the aftermarket retailers. But the sculpt on that face is just gorgeous. My God.
Literally, the more you look at it, the more the detail pops.
Yes, I mean,
From
even
the waving of, like, you can picture the wind that's pushing the cloth.
Yes.
And
Even the cross stitch on the chainmail that's underneath the mask.
wow.
I mean-
Wow.
I know. It just kind of keeps coming at you layer after layer.
Even the flames, or what would you call it, flames or
Yeah.
magic or
Whatever, the
whatever.
translucent
Yeah.
mystic
fingers.
flame. Yeah.
Put a
Jazz
put a-
fans.
Put a light on there.
It would pop. So all in all,
Wow.
1 out of 5. I think this is an absolute 5. I'd
Good
probably go
fun.
to 6. This is great. Like I said, my local comic book shop had it. Whether or not it is value, around town or your shop has it. I mean, even look at the stitching around is.
Yeah.
The detail on this is spectacular.
It's stupid crazy.
It is superb, and
Yeah,
like I said,
I mean,
under a bill.
Literally, like, each piece of his armor is like handmade. You can see the craps.
Craps.
The cracks in the craftsmanship, and then the chainmail underneath.
The battle damage.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, where it's been like oh god, we need Susie to tell us what's it called when you fix a crack in armor?
Craftsmanship.
Craftsmanship. And there's 3.
And there you
Or
go.
4.
There's 3. Wakeman. Missed you so much. So there you go. That is our final open for today.
Dude,
That's
yeah.
a lot of openings.
Sorry, yeah, I'll give it a 5 too.
Yeah.
So I would say this statue is better than what was coming out. This stuff did. Like my Spider-Man.
Yeah.
The base of my Spider-Man has this much detail.
But the
But
top.
the statue itself,
Just. Yeah.
it's fucking black suit Spider-Man. Baby.
Yeah. It's bad.
Big whoop, what a fight
It's
about
bad.
it.
It's just black. It's black.
This is a symbiote. We've all seen it.
We've seen it. We've bought it.
Hated
We
it.
get it. And there you go. And on that bombshell, we shall say goodnight. Give us a like, give us a share. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you have any questions for PJ, myself, or the Wakeman, by all means, put them in the comments below. In the meantime, run fast, laugh hard, and always be kind. Good night.